we'll be putting together an art book of a lot of the assorted images I've done for prints and for other commercial clients that have never been seen in a collected form before. I want to make it easier for my collectors to get those images more than just on your computer, but in print, where you can kind of more casually come upon it. Although using your phone to look up images is casual, but to me it's not. I like everything to be on paper, and I like to have something all kind of collected and combined where you can get to it in a library. And so our intent is to get a full book together of a lot of those images which I've produced in the last 10 to 15 years that have really not been assembled before.
Word Balloon is brought to you by the League of Word Balloon Listeners.
Damn!
Broken record.
Oh yeah, man.
Everybody to the IF podcast.
Oh, the music stopped. How's
Yes.
everybody?
Oh yeah.
Hello there.
How's it
Hello.
going?
How are you guys? Oh yeah, man.
Hi.
Good, man.
Oh,
Everybody's
yeah.
good. Good to see
Yeah.
everybody. Artie's
You guys
here.
look good.
It's
Uh-huh.
real.
I'm here.
It's not fake art.
It's real. It's really me. I woke up like this today and stayed the same.
Wearing a hat?
I do have a hat. Yes.
Yeah, he sleeps with a tie on or an ascot at all times.
Mhm. Yeah, you got it. You go to bed prepared, so you can wake up prepared. You know.
I thought D-Brad called us all wankers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
difference.
Yakaters. Oh, Yakateers.
Yakata.
Yakata. Oh, Yakateers.
That means we all get backpacks now.
Hear me now,
Yakaters.
believe me later.
Yakata.
Just like the Rocketeer.
Exactly, Wayne. Exactly. That's what I keep saying.
Still a lot of fun.
Get over
Your picture's there, man. I don't know what you're complaining about.
It's this
There.
tiny. It's cut out from the comic panel. It says Jack. It doesn't say Mike because it's.
Let me get something
All right.
straight to you. Okay, I am all about the no fucking around. All right.
Ooh,
So
NSA.
when I send you a message and say send me a picture because I'm working on something,
It was
if you don't send
30
it,
minutes
if you don't
later.
send it within 30 seconds, I'm done and passed out. I'm
I
moving on to
sent it
something else.
30 minutes later.
No, I'm working on
Literally
stuff
30
all
minutes.
the time. I'm working on stuff all the time.
Boom, 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 baby.
Yeah.
Sorry. There used to be a time where I used to go out in the world and I was busy at the moment.
I remember
No.
that.
No, I never go out, even before pandemic times. I never left here.
My soul has left me.
Ooh.
Well, everybody but Scoot, Kevin. But yes, almost all of us here.
You're like negative man.
Fucking
Your
hell.
soul leaves you.
Yeah, it leaves and then returns. Sometimes it returns with Harold's.
Oh, I was going to say, where does it go to Harold's and then comes back?
It comes back and I get heartburn in the morning. So it's okay. I have
How does
I
that
have
go
Harold's
again?
I have Harold's in my fridge today, and I even bought hot wings to bring home for the kids. And then we ate them. We have Harold's. It was still on the stove and some in the fridge. So it's always about the hot wings.
Do you own stock in the company? What's happening there?
I think they might own stock in me, you know?
Oh,
They helped build the Android. It's true.
Hey, not for nothing, Johnny. You got a light shining in my face.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just
Not
a
for
woman.
nothing.
I'll move
Just
my.
saying.
I know. I gotta move over. There we go.
Right.
There it
Move
is.
over there. There we
But
go.
now you're in front of it. That's
Yeah,
good.
but you see, all I got to do is like move 4 inches, and then boom.
you see
it's
how
fine.
easy of a fix that was, Mike? Come on, you can do it.
There you go.
Why
What
don't
did
you
you
be
say
more
about-
like? Why don't you be more like Skoke? Look at him; he's just sitting there waiting,
Skoke
biding
is
his
out.
time.
What'd you
Skunk
say
is
about 4
ominous.
inches, John? Is that all you got? 4 inches? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oof.
Boy, firing on all cylinders today, aren't you, Mike? Atta boy. Atta boy.
Is the original Harold
Yeah.
alive? Is he still with us?
I'm not sure.
I'm betting no.
I'm going to
I
say
don't
no, probably,
think
because
so.
it goes back to the 50s.
Yeah, I'm not
Harold's
sure.
Chicken.
I discovered it probably around Harold's, maybe number 27, 30.
70s?
You know, well, they're on Harold's number 78, I think.
For stores, really?
I think so. Because
I-
the one I go to is number 41, but I think
There-
it's been up to 78.
Or is
Chicago
that the amount
Public
of time
Radio.
they close down and open up back up again?
Maybe.
Chicago Public Radio had a big story about them a few years ago that for a while they were really just like handing out franchises like flyers. And they were trying to consolidate and really get back because some people changed the recipe a
Yeah.
little bit and claimed that they were doing, Harold's, but it really wasn't.
Mhm.
Stuff like
Some
that.
Harold's offer different things because the one by my house, way on the south side, used to offer hot links, so you could get a hot sausage. That's how it was. Harold's 41, yeah, man.
Was it sausage? Was it chicken sausage?
Oh,
No, I don't know what it was, but we would get it and burn our faces.
you get a hot
Bunch
sausage
of
in the
ball
face?
washers. Yeah, hot sausage in the face, and then you share it with your friends, and everybody has a hot tongues.
Lank.
Mhm. Hot link. Mhm.
I like-
And when you bought the hot sausage, would you wear a cod piece or a jockstrap or
No, go
Hey,
raw.
hey, hey.
Go raw, man. Just eat it the way it is. Hold it. They wouldn't even give it in a bun. It's just wrapped up in paper. With there you
Wrapped
go.
up.
Give you a hot sausage. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm getting more
119th and
scared
West.
of Harold's by the minute.
No, and then the one downtown has nuggets, but then the one by me has chicken strips. So they all have different things.
See?
And the one in Aurora does not have chicken strips. They were tenders and they were smaller. They were different pieces. But you got to get it with the lemon pepper seasoning. Oh my God, that's all you need. Just have them put that on your tongue and you're good.
I'm telling
You
you.
know, hmm
I like it.
it's like a hit.
Artie, I think you
Like-
should give up the whole art in comics thing and open all your Harold's.
You know, I thought about it, sir. I really did. Sitting there waiting for my Harold's yesterday, I said, if I owned this place, I would fix that. I would do this. I would do this. So yeah, it's something that I might do. I always think about the franchises that I would buy into it. Harold's is one of them. I would probably do Binny's, maybe Hooters.
Benny's is a liquor
that's a-
distributor.
Yeah, I would do Binny's Liquor Depot. Yeah, I would get that. Probably just Harold's. Just open my own Harold's.
Benny's
And
is
I-
very good.
Yeah.
I can imagine a week in this scenario. There's a week in Art's life where he opens a Harold's franchise, a Binny's franchise, and a Hooters franchise,
Yeah.
and he's dead by Wednesday. That's the way I see it happening.
I'd have to get out of the hospital and they say, okay, there's 3 things you have to stop eating. No more wings at Hooters, no more chicken from Harold's. And you got to cut up on the Binny's booze. So like, what am I going to do now? Then I'll probably own a baseball team. Hot dogs. Can't take hot dogs away. The hot dogs at the Chicago Dogs, man. That's so good. The Chicago Dogs baseball team. That's the best hot dog I ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I
Is
would
that
say
the one? Are they in? Where are they? Rosemont.
Rosemont.
Yeah.
If you get the Chicago char dog and just tell them put everything on it, they put the seasoning salt, they put all of it on there.
Oh yeah.
And it will, man, that's the best hot dog I've ever had. And I had a whole bunch of hot dogs in Chicago, and I'm from Chicago. So for me to have that, I was like, I went and bought a hot dog. I bought 2, and then everyone got their food, and I sat down, and one of the kids asked me, or my wife, somebody said, "Wow, that looks good." I said, "Want a bite?" I took a bite, and then I had to give them the hot dog I had, so I had to get up and go get 4 more. But it's awesome, man.
Sal
Let me
is
ask you
correct.
this about-
Wolfie's
go ahead.
and Fluky's are 2
Wolfie's and
great
Fluky's.
Chicago places for dogs.
Oh, cool!
Big
I gotta
Fluky's
try
fan.
them. I never tried those.
Do they give you the
Very good.
hot dog just wrapped in a piece of paper, or
No.
or is it in a bun?
You get it in a bun, but there's no ketchup. I know you like
That's right.
ketchup, but there's no ketchup. There's no ketchup in the place. In fact, the bad guy on the Chicago Dogs baseball team is a bottle of ketchup, and he's wearing a mask and a black cape, and he runs around
A black
causing
cape.
problems.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just ridiculous. I started the new kind of semi-talk drawing show, Catching Up with Franco, last week,
Mhm.
and I put a promo out where there's a ketchup bottle on it because I know it drives people nuts. And the
Yeah.
first thing I did was I said, "Ooh, started controversy," because I put ketchup on hot dogs. Bam. I have gotten so many comments on that
Yeah.
stupid post. It's not even ridiculous.
And some of those people hate you now. You don't even know it, but they hate you.
I don't think they hate me, but we can
I
have a
think they
healthy discussion, a difference of opinions. But you know,
Mm-hmm. And people look at you and say, "Oh, the ketchup guy." I know they do that.
The
You don't
ketchup
even know they do that, and I don't know who does that, but you know someone does.
it's all right. Silently, I look at you guys and go, "Oh, that green stuff on the hot dogs." Ugh.
Yeah, people outside of Chicago don't understand the whole ketchup thing, and that's okay. We get it. It's all right.
Yeah, I understand.
But and the same thing with the neon green relish that looks like it just came out of Homer's nuclear plant. You know?
When I lived on the East Coast for a little bit, my dad came to visit me, and my dad and he brought Raisky with me. They both came and saw him, and they said, "So what's the biggest difference here?" I said, "They're hot dogs. They put sauerkraut on them," and they both went, "Oh, why? Oh."
Ooh, I like sauerkraut on my dog.
That's
Don't
what
deny
they
it.
did. So that's the culture shock.
So I'm not
Sauerkraut,
clutching
why?
my pearls just because you guys don't have any Epicurean taste out there. Does not mean that
Big
I'm.
word.
I don't
Yeah.
know what Epicurean.
I don't know if you'll know what that is.
I don't know.
You're right.
You lost me.
I gotta look that up.
I
I'm
don't know what- I don't know what
a
any-
Methodist. I'm not an Epicurean.
I don't know what Memphis is either. Elvis? Memphis?
Methodist. Yeah.
Methodist.
It means you've been to Memphis.
Methodist.
I'm a Methodist on both sides on Earth.
It means you've been to
Both
Tennessee.
sides,
That's
both
what it means.
sides
On
of
Earth.
Earth.
I gotta find that picture of Earth 2 Artie that I
Oh,
put
yeah.
up from.
You look for that guy. I don't have Pawn Stars live. Whenever it comes on live, whatever channel debuts the debuts on live, I don't have that. But
History
I have
Channel.
reruns.
It's the
I guess
History
I
Channel.
don't have history. The
How do you
history-
not have history? That's like a basic channel.
I know about history, but I don't have it.
You have history every day past yesterday.
I just said that in
There he is.
history
Yeah.
because it was the past. The beginning of the show was in the past.
hmm
Right now,
Unless you're rewatching it.
right now, I'll tell you when the president is. Right now, now it's in the past. Now it's in the past again. See, it goes by like that. The future, you can't. Unpredictable is the future.
You need to go back to the future.
I'm back right now. I'm in the
Backside to
future.
the Future. That's
I'm
my
in the
favorite.
future.
Backside
now,
to the
boom.
future.
Backside to the Future is a real porn movie.
Backside to the future.
Backside to the Future. I swear to God,
my
that's a real
God.
porn movie.
In fact, I have it right here.
Exactly.
Christopher
Wiener-
Lloyd is in that
when-
one too.
Christopher
When
Lloyd.
this wiener hits
Yeah.
88 miles an hour,
Ah!
What'd you say, Mikey?
I said when this wiener hits 88 miles an hour, you're gonna
Oh my God!
hear us.
Oh.
It starts to sizzle.
Well, now I want to know what that's like. What's the main plot of that besides, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Do they have a DeLorean in it?
Oh,
It
that's
does.
the lady's name.
It does.
That's her backside's name is
Yeah, that's her
DeLorean.
name.
DeLorean?
She goes 88 miles an hour.
You have a ride with DeLorean.
That's. I swear to God, that's absolutely true.
Her name used to be just Dolores.
In fact, there was a sequel, Backside to the Future 2.
Backside to the Future
Dolores.
2. Was
Dolores
Backside,
too.
did they have Backside to the Future 3 where they went to the Old West?
No, but they had a lot of unanswered questions from Backside to the Future 1, so they had to
Oh,
wrap
Was Biff in
around.
there?
There's missed opportunity here.
Biff's name was Stiff instead.
Stiff Tannen.
Driving me nuts here.
Biff Tannen.
Hold on.
Sif Tannen. Oh my God.
Biff.
Marty Unzipped Fly.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is getting.
I like it
All
already.
true.
I'm going to seek this out now.
So, like a month ago,
Doc,
I'm watching.
no,
Hold
no.
on. Shh.
The whole mother and
A month
his
ago,
birthday.
I'm watching Pawn Stars on the History
Yeah.
Channel, early December, and I'm bringing up the photo right now. The guy on the right is the guy on Pawn Stars. The guy on the left is our own Art Balthazar.
That's right. That's a handsome fella.
Seriously,
Look at
what
that.
the hell?
That just lets me know what will happen if I don't shave for about a month and a half.
Obviously, he's in a ZZ Top tribute band.
Yeah.
I don't
I
want
like
to,
that hat.
or,
It's a
or
hat.
that's something else that's on his chin, and I don't think it's a beard. Might be another part of the anatomy for
It's his
a
pet.
person.
That's his pet weasel.
He,
So look at it again, please.
Bizarro. I like that.
he misplaced his merkin.
Oh,
It's obvious. It's obvious that at some point Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to come back in time to assassinate old Artie because the future Artie did something real bad.
I'm telling you, man.
really?
I don't even remember what he was selling. on Pawn Stars. But that's him in the shop.
He's probably trying to sell old Harold's napkins. And stuff.
Isn't that
These
insane?
are vintage. They got the logo on it. Every time I go to Harold's, I ask for something with the logo, and they look at me and say, "No, we don't have that." Real slow like that. So it looks like a dispatcher at Flash Cab on Clark and Lawrence.
Yep.
Hmm,
I know what he's
I
talking
like
about.
that. I do too. Titanic.
Oh, now these
Practically
were other porns.
Magical
Okay,
Boobs.
Bitanic. Practically
Bitanic.
Magical Boobs. Saving Brian's Privates. Exactly.
No, I
Good Will
remember that.
Hunting,
That
of
was
course.
called Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Shaving, yeah.
Yeah, that was called Shaving.
I thought,
Oh,
it was,
that's right. It was Shaving Brian's Privates.
I thought it was Goodwill Pumping.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah. We've
That's
watched a
Robert.
few of these. I've never seen the Backside to the Future one though.
From the 80s. I remember seeing it in college. And we're like, come on, we got to rent this. Backside of the Future.
It's that old?
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
The
It
movie
was
came out in
contemporary.
'85.
Yeah, I was going to say it was contemporary with the movie.
mm.
Kind of like when they did the XXX Avengers parodies and Justice League parodies and all that stuff.
Right, but those
With
those are relatively modern. They also did like
Well,
Batman 66. They didn't
But they
do
did on
66.
they did on Golden Blonde back in
Oh.
the 80s as well.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
Were there old people in it? Because I don't want to.
Ethel
They should
Thayer.
do that.
Norman Thayer Jr., get your pants off right now.
They should do an Ethel and Fred parody. And you
I'm
should
for
just call her Wilma the whole time. Wilma!
Catherine Hepburn, who played Catherine Hepburn's part.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
awful.
yeah.
What old lady porn star? Probably Seika.
Didn't China? Wasn't China She-Hulk?
China
Was she ever She-Hulk? She
In
could
the
have been.
porn, I think.
she was a She-Hulk in an Avengers porn, if I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Her paint was all over. I mean, from
Wow.
what I heard, from the reviews I read, the paint was stuck on stuff.
Oh, this is awful.
Artie doesn't watch porn; he just reads the reviews.
Well, I turned volume off.
We're supposed to look for other participant lookalikes.
It takes me 3 months to watch one movie. I don't understand.
You know, I was telling Franco before we started, still haven't watched Wonder Woman, still haven't watched WandaVision either. Just been
I haven't watched Wonder Woman.
been
I
too
watched-
busy.
I watched Wonder Woman.
Wanda's entertaining.
I watched Wonder Woman with my daughter yesterday, and it was it was.
That's what I hear.
Everybody's got to watch it so we can talk about it next.
Yeah,
time.
I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
Wanda's not bad. Wanda's entertaining.
I'm excited for Wanda. I just haven't made the time to.
Yeah, I
watch.
liked it. I saw the first two.
Although I don't want to talk about it because Johnny hasn't seen it, but I have discussions.
You can say spoiler-free things if you want observations. I mean, I kind of
Yeah, but
know
still-
from
but
the
still they
trailers
kinda-
the weirdness.
But they still can. Well, I will say this: because it's a Marvel movie, and I said this on my show the other day, but because it's a Marvel movie and it's on Disney Plus and it has a track record with the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
If it was on a regular network television show, I don't think they would have aired the rest of these episodes going forward.
No
Like
one
the
would have
first
cared. Yeah.
Yeah, no one would have cared, or the ratings would have plummeted to the point where it would have just been relegated to a Friday night or Saturday or Sunday night at 10 o'clock, and they would have switched the time every week type
But
thing, you know?
But I would say most of the superhero television stuff, with the exception of CW, I'd say Doom Patrol was like that.
Yeah.
I think Titans definitely would be like
No,
that. Stargirl obviously has proven itself, I think, to be
No,
understandable.
those are-
broad.
yeah, but those have a good enough narrative within the episode. I'm not saying that WandaVision doesn't. I'm
okay.
saying
And again,
that
I haven't seen it, so
yeah, I'm saying again, without getting into specifics, that it's at such a weirdness factor, that the general person would be like, huh?
Yeah, it's
Type thing.
definitely made for people who know who the Vision and
Yeah.
Wanda are.
Yeah.
If you don't know who they are, you're gonna.
Thank you, random Facebook person. He said I was right. Yeah,
Wanda's entertaining, but no Mando. You're right. But I think
but
Wanda
I could be.
is gonna.
Yeah,
It's
I remember
gonna
with
get.
Good Wanda.
It's gonna
Sure.
get. It's gonna get dark. I have
Mhm.
a feeling, and even though I'm not basing it on what I saw, but that's the only place they can go because they're going through all these decades. It looks like through TV.
from the chatter I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Give it away,
The third-
Artie.
No, I'm
No,
not.
yeah.
This
From
is
the-
just
trailer.
based on what
From
you said.
the chatter I'm hearing, the third
Yeah.
episode is what really kind of kicks everything in, and we haven't
Yeah.
gotten there yet. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do this
But I
week.
think I think this is going to get so dark from the way it starts, all light and bubbly, and Dick Van Dyke is, or what did we say his name was?
Dickish. Van Dickish.
What was his name? Penis Family Vehicle Lesbian. That's what his name was.
Interesting.
Mike Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke. Yeah, it was slang terms for each one, of course. But based on what it is, the first episode being like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore-ish, and it can't get funnier or happier than it has to go in a dark thing. I think it's going to be the darkest Marvel thing we've ever seen. That's what I think. But I'm just predicting based on nothing.
I read.
Well, again, not having seen New Mutants, I don't know how dark that was.
Oh, I got to see that one.
I got to see that too. Yeah.
Me too. I haven't seen that. We should do a watch party.
We should watch it now.
Watch it now. Let's watch it now.
We're not getting reactions. They get us to be like this.
What are you going to say, Skip?
I was going to say, speaking of Dick Van Dyke, they consulted him on that WandaVision show. I was just reading that.
I saw
yeah.
that.
Some sort of
saw that.
consultant. Yeah,
He didn't know who Kevin Feige or anything was or what they did.
He
I think
didn't realize.
at one point during the lunch, he said, "So what have you guys done?" And they said, Avengers, Avengers." And he goes, "Oh, so you've been successful."
No idea. Yeah.
It's funny times. I like it.
Yeah,
But
I got to hurry. Mario's right. Wonder Woman only on for another week or so on HBO Max. So,
How do you?
yeah.
No, that's not how you say it. How do you say it, Artie?
Hubomix.
Hobomix.
Wuba was on Hubomix.
About
Wuba 84. Wuba 84.
Woof.
Wuba 84. Hubomix. That's what they're telling me. I don't want to abbreviate stuff. I read it. Like num 3 years. What was the other one? Exorcist.
Have you watched?
Logo was Exorcist.
Have you watched Kaylee Kuko's Hubomix show, Flight Attendant?
I'd like to.
My wife has.
I watched the first couple episodes. I don't know. I bailed. I kind of bailed. Kind of didn't care.
Did you watch Cobra Kai?
No, I'm an idiot again. I still haven't watched Cobra Kai.
I'm on the last episode of season 2, so I'm catching up.
So good.
Yeah, that's a good show.
That's cool.
The kind of show where I'm watching it and I'm like, this is going to be dumb. I'm not going to like it. And then the first episode, and they're like, ooh, what happens next?
Yeah, I got to catch up.
It's kind of cheesy and campy, though.
Yeah.
Right.
And I can't understand how all these kids are getting punched in the face every episode and they go back to school without a bruised face or nothing.
Well, I told you what my problem with that show is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just all the Ralph Macchio and Johnny, whatever his name is, they went to high school together and they fought each other. And then as adults, they run into each other every other day.
Yeah, nobody moves
I
away.
live in the same town. I live in the same town I went to high school with. I never run into anybody I went to high school with, ever.
Oh, God. All my high school friends live like 10 minutes away from where they grew up, and they see each other all the time.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. They're not real adults. They need to
I
go.
understand.
I don't see any of them. I see Raisky, the Weasel, but he's from college. I got a handful, maybe 3 guys I know.
Yeah.
Is anyone surprised that Art went to high school with the Raisky and the Weasel? Those are the names of the guys.
Those are my guys. Jimmy the Muscle, Brother Bear, I got all these guys. Jurassic Ernie.
Wait, hold on. You didn't go to high school with Jimmy the Muscle, did you?
No, but
Oh,
for the guys I know, they all have these names.
Oh.
I know a guy named Frito. And when I was a teenager, there was a guy named Frito. We named him Frito, like Frito corn chips. And whatever his name is in Spanish, but it sounded like Frito, so we called him Frito. And then one night we're out.
That's not racist at all.
Well, that is his name, Frito. So we walked around, and everyone calls him Frito. My parents, hi, Frito. How
It
are
was
you?
Spanish, but
We were like 15, 16, 17. But we would all go to the movie theater. And then when we went, it was $1.75 theater. We'd all go. All the kids in the neighborhood would go. But then we met a pack of girls, pack of wild teenage girls that were like us. And we had a Frito, but in their group, they had a corn chips. So Fritos and corn chips, we paired them up. Come on, go talk to her.
My favorite has to be Jurassic Ernie. And
Jurassic Ernie,
I don't know if you've ever explained how Jurassic Ernie got his name, because that's my favorite.
Because he had the world's sweetest mullet of all time. Yeah. And when I met him, his mullet was so long that he could tuck it in his jeans back pocket. To get his wallet, he had to do this first, and then
The
get his
mane of a
wallet.
horse.
Yeah, to move his head. And he had to.
But it was a mullet. It was like
Yeah, with mullet, it was nice buzzed on top of real long, like a 5-foot long mullet, all the way down, like past his pockets, past his butt. So when he had to sit down, he had to move it over.
why wasn't he called Mullet Ernie instead of Jurassic Ernie?
He was always Nerd Ernie, but then he got a haircut. And then we told him we miss Jurassic Ernie. Now he's just Ernie. He got a haircut, now he's Ernie. And
But again, how did he become Jurassic Ernie? It doesn't fit.
because the mullet Ernie was in the past. He's no longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
We
So
told Ernie-
non-mullet Ernie was Jurassic Ernie.
No, the mullet with the mullet Ernie that we missed from the past was Jurassic Ernie, not
But
the guy now.
But you didn't start calling him Jurassic Ernie until he lost the mullet.
Until he shaved the mullet, yeah.
What did you call him when he had the mullet?
None of
Just
this.
Ernie. He was just Ernie. But then he shaved the hair and he became Jurassic Ernie.
You called him a name because you wished he was the old Ernie.
I liked him better with the mullet, because you borrow $5 from him and you get hair on the money,
None
get a long piece of hair.
None of this makes sense. None of it.
Yeah.
You
That was
get hair on the money.
Jurassic Ernie. Yeah. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, I like him. He's on Facebook. He's probably watching right now.
Is his
Jurassic
Facebook
Ernie.
name Jurassic Ernie?
And I got a buddy named Big Head Jim. We used to call him Big Head Jim.
Because but he's got a tiny head, I bet.
No, he's got a big head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He looks like Pat Sajak, like how Pat Sajak has a big head.
There's obviously no rhyme or reason for any of this.
Well, that makes sense. Big Head Jim used to walk the dog in a bed. Boom, 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 boom. He used to play the bass. And we're in the crowd. We go in the front row and we're in the mosh pits and stuff. And he's playing. He used to play the bass in his band, the band called the Jerkies. And he only sang one song. He only sang "Sweet Child of Mine" because he had that voice. He could sing it. But in the middle of the concert, you always hear, "Walk the dog, Jimmy, walk the dog," and then he would do the boom, 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 boom. It was cool. Yeah, that's how I met him.
For a second, I thought you were going to say he took out his yo-yo and started doing yo-yo tricks.
No, walk the dog. Yeah,
I missed you, Artie.
Big Head Jimmy.
Just so you know, my introduction to Jurassic Ernie was not meeting Jurassic Ernie, but hearing stories of Jurassic
Yeah.
Ernie. And then Art drew a picture of,
Yeah.
of Jurassic Ernie.
Yeah.
So
You
that was
should,
my
Art.
introduction.
I think I had one in my
was-
sketchbook. Every
I was-
time I do a sketchbook, I put Jurassic Ernie in there.
If you got one, I'm ready. I'm ready to solo you. If you
There
got
he
one,
is. There he is. I found him.
stand by.
See him?
There he is with the hair.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got notes around him, but when the page first started, that was him. He was on there all by himself. But I started writing stories around Jurassic Ernie. Yeah, that's what he looked like. Yeah, sweet, sweet mullet, all the way past the pockets. That's what he looked like for real. Yeah, he was cool. He's in Arizona now. He became a postman, delivered a postman, mail carrier, if you will. Yeah.
Dante
They-
Hicks said, they called me Big Head D in elementary school. It wasn't my fault. My head looked like a watermelon.
Oh, it was all green
Wow.
Big
seeds in
Head
it.
D.
Big long, like an
Big
Easter
head.
Island head.
Oh.
I don't know how my friends get these names. They just do.
My son had a big head. He said until he was 16. No, he literally could not crawl as a child.
Is that what's correct?
His head was so big that he couldn't lift it up off the ground. And he would pick it up. And we lived in an apartment at the time that had wood floors. So he kept picking up his head and he'd bang it into the ground. So
Get a chop roof the
like,
floor.
from like the age of like 1 to like 2, he had two big black and blues.
Aw.
Not exaggerate. This is true story.
That poor kid. I want to hug him now.
And then when he finally learned to walk, he would be like this.
Yeah, it's all off balance.
I imagine when he finally learned how to walk that his head would stay on the floor and his legs would go around in a circle around his head.
He was able to lift it up, but it was just he keep going like this. He was a good 3 years old until he finally was able to manage it.
The kickstand.
Oh God, this is awful. This is the story you should tell any girlfriend he has.
Oh, I've told his girlfriend.
Yeah, big head.
It was like, "Hi, I'm Michael's dad. Let me tell you a story about his big head."
It's big head.
She's like, oh no, never mind.
That's cool.
So genetic defects apparently the subject for tonight's
I
conversation.
don't know how people get these different names.
These
I
nicknames.
don't understand.
How did Yoko Chips get his name?
We
Yoko
all
Chip.
know that because it was Sun Chips. And I said I don't want to. We had our one listener that hated the fact that I was
Yeah.
on the podcast to try to explain that much in a Beatles way. I'm like, listen, I'm not here to be, to Yoko the dynamic of Art and Franco.
Mhm.
And they loved that.
When we became Yoko Chips instead of Sun
From
Chips.
Sun Chips to Yoko Chips, exactly.
Yoko Chips. Then Skoke is Skoke. I don't know why he's Skoke.
You're why I'm
That's right,
so-
because you're Skokey Spidey. Allegedly,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, he was cosplaying for us at the store.
Skoke
And
Spidey.
then 2 years ago in New York,
Oh,
out of nowhere, you just started cutting it to Skoke, and I was
let's
living
go,
Skoke
Skoke. We're going to.
ever since then. Yeah, in the
Oh,
hotel
lunch.
room, it
Show
started
for
with,
Skokey. Yeah.
with Skoke. Yeah, I'll take it.
Everybody gets names. Yeah, Kurt
I
Wood
like
just
that.
became Kurtwood.com.
It's true.
Things just happen.
I'm not Big Head Jimmy, so I'll take
No,
it.
Big Head Jim. And
I'll take
the thing
this.
about Big Head Jim is he didn't know he was Big Head Jim until one of us called him that in front of him. Because we would go out and say, "Hey, is Big Head Jim going?" He's like, "Yeah, he'll be there." And then we say, "Man, what's up, Jimmy?" But then we just said, "Let's go, Big Head Jim." And he's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah, that's what we call you." And he's like, "You do?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, oh, okay." That was it. So he just knew. He found out.
Nice.
Wasn't there a Chicken Boy too? There was a
Chicken Boy. I have a
I remember Chicken Boy. Yes.
Yeah, nobody has regular names. I always forget their names.
Colossus, of course.
I work on a guy named Beefy because and nobody could remember his name because I would just I don't know I don't even know his name, but we'd work with the guy and then I would take the guys to lunch because that was the neighborhood I worked in was where I lived in a neighborhood, so all the guys came from other neighborhoods to work at this place, a warehouse. So I would say, "Come on, let's go to lunch here. Let's go here." So I took all the guys to Beefy's, and then Beefy, the guy, he would ask me at 6 a.m., "Hey, Art, where are we going to lunch today? Where are we going for lunch today?" I don't know. It's like 5:51 in the morning. And like, what do you think of? But he goes, "Want to go to Beefy's?" So every day he said, "Hey, Beefy, we're going to Beefy." And so the boss would walk in and ask, "Where's so-and-so?" I'm like, "Who?" where's this guy? I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She said, Beefy. I'm like, "Oh yeah, Beefy's over there." So, and then it got shortened to Beef. Guy's name was Beef. So I don't know.
It's funny because you say that like you don't know how these people get their names, but I kind of do. Like I am notoriously bad at remember. I can remember your face, but I can't remember names. So if I've only met you a couple of times, I'm like really strapped for names. And I tell my students in school in September, I said, "Listen, I'm really probably not going to remember your name till like Christmas, if at all." And they all laugh because they think I'm serious, being funny, but I don't. And usually they get nicknames because, like there's this very, very sweet girl. She graduated last year and she had a knee operation, a double knee operation. So her nickname was Nini, because she had two knee operations. So yeah.
Well,
it's
we have
affectionately done. It's never done,
Well, we have that friend named Ninja Bob, and his real name is Anthony. His name's Anthony.
You call him Ninja Bob.
Ninja Bob. Yeah, we didn't know what his name was.
That's right.
He got the name because he was a fan who kept coming up to our table. We were in Florida, I remember that, and he kept stealth. Like we didn't know. We'd look up, and there he was. It was Ninja Bob. And we told the girls would want a free T-shirt, and we told him. I don't know who came up, probably all of us together, but we would put the T-shirt on Ninja Bob. And the girl said, "I want how much for a T-shirt?" I said, "Well, they're whatever it is, but you can have a free one if you change right and switch with Ninja Bob right in front of us right now. You can have it for free." So he got rid of at least 3 or 4 T-shirts that day. Remember the girl? "All right, I'll take it." And they both undressed in front of our table at the convention, and he gave the shirt. Yeah, and that's how he became Ninja Bob. He's notorious now. I'm going to blame that on him. I think he came up with that. Yeah, not me. I wouldn't do that. Is that why Franco calls me Cue Ball?
Do I call you Cue Ball? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna now though.
You can't even remember your nickname, much less your real name.
I don't think I've ever called him Cue Ball, but I'm gonna now.
How about Cue Balls?
Cue Balls. I'm gonna call him Cute Balls.
Shiny ones.
Next time I see Kevin, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Cute Balls." That's what I'm gonna say.
Cute Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's how a nickname is born. Be careful what you wish for.
You just gotta say it and mean it. Like Skoke. Let's go, Skoke. It's time to get ready.
Yeah, I mean, you meant it when you said it.
Yeah.
That's why it's stuck.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
over
it's
the years,
the next guy to say it. Yeah.
Over the years, there've been there was Hey Nice Lady.
Yeah. Hey Nice Lady. Yeah.
Hey Nice
She's
Lady.
still that name. Yeah.
She's very, very sweet lady, and she was very nice, which is why she got the name Hey Nice Lady.
Yeah,
And there was that awesome girl, woman. Was it Squeaky Pants or Squeaky Pants? Because she was an airborne ranger.
Yeah, Squeaky Pants.
She would dive out of airplanes, and she wore those really shiny pants one day, and we couldn't remember her name, and we're like, "Hey, Squeaky Pants."
Remember Lady Slothface? Lady Skeletor and Slothface?
Slothface. Boy, there's an attractive name.
Yeah. Well, she fits her name. Yeah, Slothface and Lady Skeletor. They were a team, a duo.
Lady Skeletor. Was she real thin? Was she bony?
No, she had that face though that did that with.
Oh,
Skeletor.
wait a second! I think I know who you used to call Lady Skeletor.
No.
No, it's from. They're from Florida.
Oh, I feel like you said it in front of me to somebody else then.
You might have. There might have been.
I think we were calling you that. Maybe that's what you're remembering.
I'm Lady Skeletor?
No.
I've been called worse.
My favorite nickname encounter of the boys was Jimmy Jawa, and as I was introduced to him, exactly, and he's a short little gentleman, but it's like Artie's like, hey, this is Jimmy Jawa, and I'm like, oh, how you doing? I extend my hand, and he goes, and then he holds out his hand. I'm like, well, I'm not going to shake it now. And this was pre-COVID, but I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hand it.
Years ago, yeah. I remember the cool part about the Jawa was I met him at the conventions. I don't know, was it Detroit or Pittsburgh or Chicago or something? I would always see him at all the shows, and it was at the time where the Men Behind the Mask tour was going on with Star Wars. So I met David Prowse and Chewbacca and all these guys, and I met Willow. And I met him and his family. And then during that show, the Jawa, the guy, Jimmy, was walking around. And he just kept walking past my booth saying hi. And I'm like, oh, hey. And I see him at another show. Like, oh, here's that Jawa again. Oh, hey. I thought he was from Star Wars. So then when he came up to me and said, hey, I know your uncle. I'm like, what? Like, what uncle? And he said, your uncle in Wisconsin. Like, oh, that's cool. Because my uncle does all the collectible shows.
Yeah, the flea market shows.
Yeah, the flea market shows. And it turned out that Jawa works for the flea market shows, booking all the guests, but I thought he was a Jawa from Star Wars. And so I started calling him Jimmy Jawa. And then it got around. And then my uncle called me a little while later, and he goes, hey, I talked to your buddy, Jimmy so-and-so. And I'm like, who? And Jimmy from the Zirko shows. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. And he goes, you call him the Jawa? Oh, Jimmy Jawa. so now everyone in the collector community call him the Jawa now because of that. It got around.
That's awful.
Zirko used to advertise on one of my radio stations, and I was so excited knowing that it was the company that Jimmy Jawa used to work for and everything. Or still does. I don't even know.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I know he does some sort of that. And I remember we did a show near my house. It was in DuPage County. And Jawa and Zirko flew in Mark Texera.
Sure.
And they had a few other guys from the East Coast. I forgot the other guys.
I bet it was all of Renee's people. Michael Golding was Michael Golding.
Yeah.
Who's another one, Mike?
Michael Goldman, Arthur Sudam. She used to.
Yeah, Arthur. That's right.
Yeah.
She used to have a whole bunch of people.
Yep.
It was a whole line of people, and we had the whole back wall. And me, I lived 10 minutes from there, so I would be in long line of all the celebrity guests. I was next to Tex all weekend. So it was funny because I had fans came over and they brought me lunch. They bought me lunch. I didn't ask them to, but they brought me a burger because that's what happens with fans. They bring us treats at shows. They bring us brownies and cookies and sandwiches and just stuff to drink and stuff. So people brought me a burger and a soda. So I'm eating my burger, drinking my soda, and Tex looks at me, hey, where'd you get that? I'm like, oh, you didn't get one? He said, no, where'd you get that burger? And I said, oh, the show gave it to me. I don't want to tell him. The show gave it to me. So he goes, well, where's my food? I go, I don't know, man. And then so you see him, he gets on the phone. He gets on the phone and you hear the phone ring in another aisle. And he yells, Jawa. He goes, where's my food? And he went, are you hungry? You can hear the conversation. You hear are you hungry, Tex? Yeah, I already got his lunch. Where's my lunch? Okay, I'll be right back. And so Tex is like, well, I'm going to get my food, you see. So Jell-O comes running in with a paper plate and a bologna sandwich and a little bag of chips. And then he goes, here you go, Tex. And he goes, wait, how did he get that? And then Jell was like, I don't know. And then I told Jell, well, your people gave it to me. I don't know. And then so a little while later, somebody else, I forgot how I don't know if I brought the paper from home or someone gave it to me, but it was a big stack we draw on the backing boards, you know? So I got all these drawings. I'm drawing these drawings. And then Tex says, hey, man, where'd you get the paper? And I told him, you didn't get any? So he says, no. I go, where'd you get it? I go, I don't know. Show gave it to me. So again, the phone rings again and you hear, he goes, hey, where's my paper? Oh, you want paper? And so you see Jawa running through the aisle with a bunch of loose leaf paper just running. Here you go, Tex. He goes, what is this? And so that was nuts. And during that day, the newspaper came, the Daily Herald. Daily Herald, you see.
Daily Herald's chicken.
Yeah, Daily Herald came in there, took photos and interviewed people. And then in the morning, the next day, all the artists, every table had a copy of the newspaper. And when you look at the newspaper, you look at the front page, they took a picture of me drawing. And I was on it, and it says, local cartoonist makes it big, you know. And then Tex saw this, and he says, wait a minute, did they pay you to get in? They said, yeah, they told me to come by. And they said, they flew me in, they paid my way, they put me in a hotel, and you made the front page of the newspaper? And when it turned out, look, they mentioned you right here. He was so mad. And then they went, him and Virgil, the wrestler friend, they went, I guess they took them all to Portillo's that night. So the next day, I went home to eat, you know. And then the next day, they were telling me about the food they had at Portillo's that they never encountered before. So they were saying, Tex was saying, and Virgil was right there too. And they were disgusted with the show. Nobody came in. They weren't making money. But then he said, and to top it off, we had the most disgusting sandwich last night. I'm like, wait, where'd you go? And he goes, Portillo's. And I right away, I said, be careful. And he said, the disgusting sandwich was called a Italian beef combo, and it has the beef sandwich dripping in gravy, and it has the sausage. It's through the sausage, and every time you take a bite, the sausage looks at you. And I said, yeah, man, that's our sandwich. And he went, well, it's disgusting. I said, no, it wasn't. Be careful. That's a Chicago tradition. He went, oh, I apologize. So he apologized. But meanwhile, Virgil stood in front of me and kept complaining. And then kept complaining about the area.
I hated that guy.
Yeah, he kept complaining about the area and about how many blank women, but he used a different word for it. How many women are lined up for him outside the show, and there's no women around here and all this stuff. And I told Virgil, hey, man, look, man, that guy insults my sandwich, and you insult my homeness is. And less fancier words, I said to him, we could continue this conversation outside, because they had this parking lot in front of the place that was all muddy. They weren't paving. So they had everyone park on a side that was not mud, because there was one car stuck in the mud. I remember that. And they said, no one parked there. And I told them we could go out there and fight in the mud. And then you could explain to me.
You almost mud wrestled Virgil?
Yeah. And because he was telling me how tough he was. And I said, no, all right. And then he got me mad because he insulted my women, my Chicago women, my city, my airport, and my sandwich. And I said, okay, we can finish this conversation outside. And I just put my stuff down, wiped my mouth as I was eating my sandwich and whatever. And then I got ready to go. And wait. No. I was just kidding, man. You know, I'm like, all right, you watch yourself. He went back and sat by his booth.
You see, he was just trying to get you outside so he could take your table.
So he could take your table, exactly.
He wanted my sandwich. But I thought that was cool. I challenged him. I would have probably lost, but I would have defended.
You had to defend the honor.
Yeah. But it was cool that he didn't go out there. I like that.
I went to that DuPage County flea market one year,
Did you?
And yes, and while I was there, I saw Jimmy Jawa, and I knew it was him because I heard you guys talking about him in the pod. So I
Yeah.
see this guy, and I was like,
Got to be
wow,
Jimmy Jawa.
I thought this is a perfect name for this guy. I didn't know that because you mistook him for an actual Jawa
Yeah.
from the movie. I just saw him like he's a not a tall guy, and he was running around like crazy, like, you know, trying to take care of all the people there who he brought in for the show.
Yeah.
And I remember the guest of honor that year was his name was Deep Roy. He was the guy who played all of the Oompa Loompas in the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie.
Oh, that's cool.
He was the big guest of honor. That was a good one.
I
Deep
like
Roy.
Jimmy Jawa.
Yeah, Deep Roy. Deep
I,
Roy.
I told Jawa a dwarf joke that I was saving for him, and because
Oh, no.
when we
Little
were,
person joke.
yeah, there's a dwarf joke. It was really was,
All right.
and well, you'll see.
That's
I'm going to tell you the joke because we at the Florida show. That's where I met Eric Estrada and the Red Ranger. I probably told a story before when I told Eric Estrada, don't go to the front counter. Let me buy you your coffee and just sit right here. I'll bring you your coffee because you're going to get like swarmed with all of the maids at the hotel. They're all going to see you and drop
The
their
maids.
Yeah, they're all
Lovely.
working there. No, I'm not lying. There
believe
was
you.
all hotel employees. They all, when he went to go get his top, they all swarmed him. And I'm like, oh.
In
And you
Maids
see,
Monthly, he's been the heartthrob for several
well,
months.
he's in the,
Sexiest man.
There's a
He's-
centerfold with him
Exactly.
and the vacuum cleaner.
well,
Hotel Maids Monthly.
he's in the telenovelas. So that's how they know him.
Of course.
And when he was taking photos with him, he looked at me and did the like that. I said, I told you. It's like, just sit right here. But we ended up getting on the same van together to get driven to the show. So it was the Red Ranger and but it was Rocky the Red Ranger, not the original one, the second one, and Eric Estrada and other various people. But we were telling him, he goes, man, I should have let you got in a coffee. I said, told you. And then so one night, one of those days, the bus was too much people, and Jawa said, I'll drive you to the show. And I was like, okay. So I'm in the van with him and he's driving, we're sitting in there. And I said, you know what? This reminds me, last time I was in Florida, I was in a van just like this, and we rear-ended a guy. And he's like, really? And I said, yeah. And it was weird because the guy was like you. He was a little guy like you. And he came out of the truck and yelled at my window and said, you know, I'm not happy. And I asked him, well, which one are you?
Oh,
And Jawa says, were you saving that joke for me? I'm like, yeah. And he went, yeah, that was funny. I'm like, okay, good. See,
Wow.
we'll edit
wow.
that out.
My
Wow.
favorite sharing a ride at a con with a celebrity. The Soup Nazi one time, we had a good time and we're laughing. And then also Major West from Lost in Space, Mark Goddard.
Oh, yeah.
The original Major. Hello, Major.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good times. And then also Serena Vincent,
Oh, my
who's the hot naked woman in not another teen movie.
God. Mhm.
She's in Cabin Fever. It's a lovely
Yellow-
woman.
Yellow
Terrific.
Ranger.
Seriously, like could not be sweeter. Really
I think
nice
she was
lady.
on last week's episode of Svengoolie.
Was she really?
He interviewed
Oh,
her
that's
for
awesome.
one of the commercial
Yeah,
things he does.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Oh no, seriously.
Wasn't she on some Disney show or
Yeah,
something
she's
like
on
that?
My girl's Disney show. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Is she really? That's
almost like-
wonderful. Good
it's
for
like
her.
a Brady Bunch kind of movie.
Could
they have,
not
like,
be
Yeah, where she has like 7 or 8 kids on the show.
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
ridiculously cool. Like seriously, like so down to earth. Very nice lady.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of Brother Bear's FX shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got to know her.
Yeah, I used
Couldn't
to
be
call
nice.
it the show. Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
But yeah, I was those were, and Leatherface and I were in once with a bunch of teenage girls, and he goes, "Boy, we're their worst nightmare, aren't we?" And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"I guess so, man."
That's funny.
Me and Leatherface.
Leatherface.
Yep.
When I hung
Second
out
one,
with
the wrestler that became Leatherface in the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I can't remember which wrestler that was.
I think we knew a girl named Leatherface. I think it was. I can't remember. But yeah,
Nice.
well, when I was hanging out with Michael Hogan, we hung out with the Lost in Space guy.
Mark Goddard, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Major West
That was
and Colonel
pretty cool.
Ty together in a van.
And it was funny because we were in the Motor City Con, and it was baseball playoffs, and the Tigers were in the playoffs, and he stood up and said, "The Tigers suck." I'm like, oh, we're like,
Mark
Hogan
said that,
said-
or Goddard
yeah,
or Hogan?
Mark stood up and said that, and then Hogan says, "Artie, we might have to fight." I'm like, "Okay, I'm ready," because they were friends. But everyone said, "Who said that?" And they pointed, and they went, "Oh!" They all laughed. But it was because the 78-year-old guys yelled at, "Oh, I'm gonna get you, whippersnappers!" But it was funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, we still had to leave though because somebody said to somebody else, because it was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and there were kids dressed up as in costume. There was a little Iron Man, 8-year-old Iron Man, and somebody says, "Where are this kid's parents? He should be in bed." And then that's when the fight started and we left. I don't know how that ended. But Rich Goddard was in the middle. Mark Goddard was in the middle. Yeah. He didn't say that, but he was sitting there. And Hogan says,
Oh my God, I didn't know this. Did you know that Colonel Ty was in an accident?
no,
Back
Yeah,
in September?
We
Yeah.
talked about that.
this already.
Did we? All right,
Yeah.
I guess I have no memory. I didn't remember that.
I think he's recovering, right? He's
Yeah.
home and chilling now.
There was a GoFundMe for him and the whole nine.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, unlikely to work again. Holy shit.
Yep.
Pardon
Yeah.
me.
You said
God
that.
damn.
You said
Oh,
that. the
that's
last time.
heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
You said all of this the last time.
All right, yeah, well, I'm sorry I didn't remember.
Well, I think I brought
Exactly.
it up.
That's terrible. Probably true, though. Probably true. Oh, that just breaks my heart because I was literally
Again,
telling another friend who loved Galactica about how Artie,
Yeah.
became such good friends with Hogan and everything.
It was real easy to do. All I had to do is talk to
Great
him.
guy.
Hey,
Great
how's it
guy.
going?
good
Yeah.
Amazing guy. A wonderful actor. I again forgive my freshness of not remembering, and I'm sure I said the exact same thing, but wonderful actor. Wonderful actor.
You know, he was in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. That might have been his last movie.
Really?
Wow.
He was also Deathstroke on Smallville.
Yes, he was on Smallville. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And he did a ton of Canadian television post Galactica as well, because I'm sure he, Vancouver or whatever, where they do a ton of TV. I have a new favorite Canadian sitcom that I love,
hey,
and it's Kim's Convenience,
We
and it's
talked
all
about
about
this
this.
too.
Did we already? All right, I'm done. All right, I'm done.
I don't
I'm
know.
not
what
going
it
to
is.
say anything for the rest of the show. I'm
No, I'm
sorry.
only kidding. I'm only
No, it's all right. I hope you're probably right.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
don't know
because
what it is.
again, that's just been in recent conversation with other out of town friends. We've all been discussing this show, and I'm surprised because I didn't know anyone else. Well, I mentioned it to you, Francis. I know I told you about Kim's Convenience,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I've actually talked about it on the show.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but
Wayne, I don't know if Wayne's a Kim's Convenience fan, but it's
for those of you that don't know who it is, he's the X-Wing pilot in the Mandalorian series. He's the star of the Kim's Convenience. He's
Is he?
he's the X-Wing pilot. Yeah.
Mm.
he's
like
really funny. It's a great show. It's fun. It's about a South Korean family that are Canadians, but and it's kind of that whole immigrant, my big fat Greek wedding sort of.
Oh.
The parents are very old fashioned and the kids are modern and stuff. But it's terrific. It's very 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 funny.
It's very good.
So, here Wayne does have a thought on Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience.
Yep, there you go. It's another CBC classic. I agree, man. In
Classic.
fact, I was surprised. I found the cast was at Fan Expo last year, pre-COVID.
Yeah, Hader. He's Canadian.
So there you go. And Brad's also in Canada.
Yeah,
There you
hey
go.
there.
Yeah, Hader.
the Canadian Fan Expo, I would imagine.
Yes, it was Toronto. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it's a great show. Fantastic show.
Mm.
Very, very funny. Plus, cute women on that show.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Let me just tell you. Oh, habla,
Canadian
babla.
ones. They make them in Canada.
What's that?
They make them in
Men.
Canada. We also have.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, there you go. I brought us all to a grinding halt. I'm very
Yeah.
sorry.
So
Way to go, John.
So-
See, you're going the dynamic even without trying.
you happen to mention Mandalorian, so I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to Mandalorian for one quick second. In that, as amazing as what's his name, Pedro Pascal is in Mandalorian,
Yeah.
he is that much awful in Wonder Woman.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
He's the bad guy in Wonder Woman, isn't he?
Yeah, he plays Maxwell Lord.
Wow.
Oh wow, interesting.
You could totally spoil it. I'm probably never going to watch it.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody else who may be watching,
Yeah.
but saying he plays Maxwell Lord is not a spoiler, and saying he was awful is also.
No, we're gonna
not a
spoil it
spoiler.
eventually, but just not now.
Doesn't he have a power ring or something? He made wishes. That's what I keep.
yes,
Cause
You gotta watch it. Yeah.
he makes
Yeah.
wishes. Yeah,
Oh, look at that guy! I wish I looked like this guy.
with the
I
merkin on
was
his
just going
face.
to point out
George
that Bizzardo probably loved Wonder Woman and has seen it a million times, being the
Yeah.
opposite of you, Artie.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even
Okay.
care. It took me a while to see the first one, but I like that one. I saw it about 3 times. I love it until the last scene where she fights the monster with the mustache. I didn't like that guy. He kind of sucked. He shouldn't have had the mustache. I get it in his human form, but when he was a monster, he should have went away and he should have.
Well, how would you know it was him if you didn't have the monster? The mustache.
Because you saw him transform. I don't know.
Yeah, but no. See, if
It
you
didn't
played,
look
you would have
right.
missed it, and then you're like, oh, who's that guy?
I didn't like it.
Dante wants to know if any of us watched the Rookie.
Yes, I
with
do.
him.
Our good buddy Brandon Routh is on that show last week, and probably this week
Really?
or going forward. Yeah,
Oh, that's
He's on
awesome.
the Rookie.
he's a new character on the Rookie. Yeah, with Nathan
cool.
Fillion there.
I hope he does more Superman.
I like that show. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I got to admit,
The Rookie.
Why is it guilty?
because I don't think the show's like that great. Because all the stuff that happens to it is a little bit like, really, all of this stuff is happening to all these people all the time, type thing. But
Is it based off of the one from the 80s, 70s, or 80s?
No.
78?
That was.
Rookies.
I remember the
I know.
Rookies.
I know I had Miko figures of those guys. SWAT and Rookies.
That's right. Yeah, that was
And,
that same time period. Absolutely.
Emergency
Yeah.
find Migo figures too.
Tyne
Yeah.
Daly's husband
Yeah.
was the black gentleman on the Rookies, George Stafford Brown.
Link, right?
No, that's
really?
the Mod Squad. That's the
Oh,
Mod Squad.
right, okay,
Clarence Williams III was Link.
right.
I just remember the opening. I don't remember watching it because I don't know if I ever
Oh, we
did.
watched the Rookies when I was a little kid. That was a real popular show.
And SWAT.
And
I remember
SWAT.
SWAT was on.
Ba-na-na, ba-na-na,
Yeah.
ba-na-na, ba-na-na,
Because
ba-na-na.
everything had an abbreviation. S
Yes.
period W period A period T period.
Right.
No.
I don't remember what SWAT stood
So
for.
the rookie is about Nathan Fillion, who's a contractor in North Carolina or Virginia or something like that, and then he decides to make a big life change because he got a divorce and his son is like older, and he decides he's always wanted to be a cop, so he moves to Los Angeles, becomes a rookie cop. So he's like the oldest rookie in the academy type thing.
Oh, cool.
And then if you watch it week to week and stuff like that, or occasionally, it's an awesome show. And occasionally they have like a 1 or 2 part episode. 2-part episodes. Usually they're one episode each, but they're good. They're fun, but
Yeah.
if you watch them, like kind of binge them, watch them all together, you're like, I can't believe all this stuff is happening to these people all in the same afternoon, type thing.
Yeah, to get punched in the face a lot.
How is Fillion in it? Because I was not a fan of his in Castle.
Really?
I did not like Castle. I stopped watching it, and I love Nathan Fillion. But
Yeah, he's a
Castle-
great guy, and I think charismatic. I think he's
Oh yeah,
tremendous actor.
He's fun.
a great-
The whole thing is
he's a
fun. The
great actor.
the characters are fun. He's fun. It's like action adventure type thing. It's a fun series, but like again, I feel guilty for liking it.
I felt that way about Bones.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I felt guilty for watching Bones. I watched Bones because I love David Boreanaz, and I said, "Oh, I'll invest a couple of seasons in this because how long is this show going to last?"
7, 8,
It wound up being
11
like 11 or 12 seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave Thomas, the comedian from SCTV,
Oh.
was a writer on Bones
Oh, really?
in the last few seasons. Yeah, and it was like I heard him on Gilbert actually. Skoke, I don't know if you heard that episode, and he was talking about like that was the last thing he expected to be writing, but a friend of his was the showrunner, and so he got to write several episodes.
Is it the
Never
girl
watched it.
on that show, Nathan Fillion's love interest? Isn't that Zooey Deschanel's sister?
Yep.
Yeah, she's a sister of somebody
My
famous.
sister Zoe.
The sister of Zooey Deschanel,
This channel.
the girl from Elf and New
Oh,
Girl.
yeah.
For my girl. Yeah.
What were you
And
gonna ask?
her,
What were you gonna ask, Mike?
Skoke's buddy also on Bones. John Francis Daly. What's his name? Right? Yeah.
That's
Guy trying to
true.
pick you up.
That's true. No, that was Danny, the pizza guy from Home Alone. Who tried to pick me up.
Who's your buddy?
My buddy is John Francis Daly. He was in he wrote Spider-Man Far From Home,
Mhm.
and he was in Freaks and Geeks. He was one of the main kids.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
show.
You mentioned him before. Yes. Now that I remember.
And he was actually one of the best characters in Bones, Sweets. And he got killed off the show because he went to write.
Spoilers.
No, you can say that. I'm never
Yeah,
gonna-
Jake.
I
Go
think he
on.
got, if I remember correctly, he got fired because he went to do something else, and they wouldn't give him the time off. And he was like, "Well, just write me out a couple of episodes," and then they killed him off entirely.
Wow.
And he was like a real beloved character. And then they replaced him with a guy that was basically identical to him. It was so awful.
Interesting.
That was not him. It didn't play the same character.
All
but
that
just-
stuff when it happens is so weird. I mean, Will Wheaton always talked about how
Will Wheaton.
he had to pass on, was it Dangerous Liaisons? I forget which, or maybe Valmont, which is the same story as Dangerous Liaisons, but one was done by Milos Forman and the other one wasn't. But I know the one that he wanted to do was by the director Milos Forman, and obviously big director, really wanted to be a feature movie and stuff. And the Star Trek people are like, "Oh no, you're really important this season. We've got early episodes that your part is really important." And he's like, "Okay, I'll stay." And it turned out, nope, full speed ahead, Captain. Just BS lines. And he's like, it was like a message, like "F you, we own you. Don't try to pull that crap again." And that's why he left when his contract was up. And he's just like, "Yeah, I don't need this."
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Will Wheaton, everybody.
Hey Ed, I do not watch SEAL Team. Ed, you know why I do not watch SEAL
David
Team?
Boreanaz's current show. Tell me.
I do, because I didn't want to get locked in for 11 seasons like I did with Bones.
See, yeah, if you know that's coming, that's rough.
If you think
11
about
years of your life.
every series David Boreanaz has been in has run 11 seasons or so. There's
No.
Buffy, there's Angel, there's
Angel only
Bones,
ran
and then
5.
Buffy only
no,
ran
between
7, Angel ran
Buffy and
5.
Angel, that was like
That's
11 seasons.
That's 11. Yeah, that's 12.
I suppose.
Never gonna watch
But
this.
I was bummed that Bones was a hit because I'm like, every year it would be back. I'm like, well, he's not coming back to ever do Angel. And in fact, I think he finally said a couple of months ago, he's like, yeah, dream on, ain't gonna happen.
He said it will never ever happen.
Which
Because
is too
he
bad because he was
ages.
great.
He ages as a real human.
Well, but he still looks
Vampire
great
too.
for his age, and I think he could. I think
Yeah,
he could do it personally.
I think he's actually a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, he stays in really great shape. If anything, I think he's thinner and more cut than he
Yeah.
was. Not that I'm paying that much attention.
I think you are.
Wow.
I would date him.
They could have come up with
You know?
something where he got his humanity back, blah blah blah. It
Sure.
could have happened, but
Sure.
I want to make a T-shirt that says Johnny knows.
Buffy, the middle-aged vampire slayer.
well, also her. What the hell is she doing? What is she doing?
She's a mommy.
She's mom. She's
Yeah,
married to Freddie
and
Prinze.
FPJ and her are just hanging out.
FPJ.
What are you talking about?
The
She was
last-
in the
Freddie
Scooby Doo
Prinze
movies.
Jr.
He's
She
just
was
hanging
a-
out too, right?
That's like 15
look
years
up her
ago.
life.
That Scooby Doo movie.
Yeah, well, just like your big-headed kid, it takes a couple of years to grow them.
To grow your head.
So you can't work? I didn't know I could stop working once I had kids.
She doesn't have to.
There's always training
If you-
wheels.
If you're Sarah Michelle Gellar, you could stop working too.
I didn't know
Buffy
made
is
her that much.
43.
Yes,
Holy
she
shit.
is. Yes,
Fine.
That's
Finally.
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Buffy, the middle-aged vampire slayer. Let's see. She's a voice actor
Puppet.
in Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe.
Smith.
She's playing Tila, everybody. I don't know who Tila
I've
is.
heard. I've
Teal
heard.
is the
I've heard
main
she's
female.
not nice. From what
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I've heard that too.
Heather. What
And yeah, I did know that she was doing it as I'm looking at her IMDb page.
I
She did a lot of Robot Chicken roles.
Mm.
like Robot Chicken.
So, and she was in She was in Rebels. She was in Star Wars Rebels.
Really? Who'd she play in Rebels?
She was the seventh sister.
Oh, I know that character.
Wow.
All right.
Really?
6 episodes.
Really? She was the seventh sister?
She's evil.
Get
Not the
grab a steak and start killing vampires.
Wow.
Hmm.
All right then.
Wow.
What's
That's
your
harsh.
stakes in this?
So there you go.
Just saying.
Wow. That was awful.
I like
I'm
all of
telling
this.
you. I've been watching her since she was a teenager on
Yeah,
All My
yeah.
Children, and she played Erica Kane's daughter, Kendall.
Yes, Kendall.
See, that's where I get my confusion about Mrs. Scoot being Kendra, and I would call. And initially, I did call her Kendall because that name was on my brain.
Is that what Buffy's name was in there? Kendall?
That was her name. That was her character's name. Yes.
I had lunch with that lady.
Kendall?
Wait,
No,
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
no, the other one.
Scoot's wife?
No.
Carrie
Well, I
Fisher?
had dinner with her.
Sorry,
once.
so what other woman are we talking about? What do you?
Wonder Woman? Gal
Erica,
Gadot?
Erica Kane. I forget her real
Oh,
name.
Susan Lucci.
Oh,
Susan Lucci, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lucci.
Wow.
Yep.
I got an autographed picture of her.
Boy, I'd like to.
And by lunch, I mean she was sat at the table right next to me when we were having lunch at a restaurant. So yeah.
At the
Awesome.
same table?
No, but it was a very
nearby?
small place, and they were very, very close
Oh,
together.
nearby.
I,
It's
I
like
don't want
if you reached over and pulled like 3 inches over, like the table would be all one day. Yeah, all
I
together
don't-
with our table.
You
I
said
don't want to tip it, but
three
I'm working on a celebrity interview for Word Balloon,
Yeah.
and until it happens, I don't want that,
Is
But
it DK?
it's somebody cool, and there's a connection to Francis, and a lot of other connections, and I hope to God it happens. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear back, but it's going to be pretty cool. It's an actor that has been discussed on this show and other Word Balloon episodes.
Eric
Jamie
Sharp?
Farr.
It is, in fact, Jamie Farr. No, it's not. You know, it's funny. Gabe Hardman and Andy Parks.
That is
No,
cool.
not Andy. Jeff Parker. We did an Outer Limits last week, and afterwards we were just talking, and we were talking about Cameo and Famio. And I thought for sure that they maybe had seen when Jamie was on our show and John Cleese, the one I did with Famio, and they hadn't. So I sent them. They loved it. I mean, they were really blown away by John Cleese. They loved the Jamie Farr thing. They're
Well, I
like,
think
that's
I-
amazing.
I told you, Johnny, I saw something somebody had put up on social media about they got and forgive me, I don't know. It was African American lady, famous if you saw her, but I couldn't remember her name.
Oprah?
Marla Gibbs.
Barbara
um,
Walters.
And Barbara.
Barbara?
And
Barbara
they got
Walla.
someone got a cameo for the husband's birthday, and she literally came on and said, "Hi, John. This is so and so. Her name, I forget. Happy birthday.
Isabel Sanford from the Jeffersons.
Happy birthday." And then you see her arm reach in and shut off the camera, and that was it. And I'm like, "Oh man, we got so lucky with our cameo with
Yeah.
Jamie Farr."
I still
Yeah,
want to
man.
get Ozzy Guillen. I want to get Ozzy still.
You should get Ozzy. You
Yeah.
should get it for your mom.
He's on there for $50.
That's what I'm saying. You should do it for your mom.
Did you see the guys from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, the two twin brothers?
They're on there
Salamanca
too?
brothers? Yeah. But when they do the cameo, they're in character. So they turn the lights off, they're all moody, and they say, "So, I heard it's your birthday. So you better treat your woman nice, or I'm coming for you." And they take a knife, ching, and it's real cool. Like, whoa, that was scary. It's
The
really
doc-
cool.
The doctor from Voyager, Robert Picardo, I've seen him do some interesting things, and he gets creative sometimes.
He's a really nice dude. I've met him a couple of times.
Is he a good deal?
Yeah, good.
Great,
dude.
another great character actor, man.
Great
Is he,
guy.
he's not real, right?
No, he's a
he's like-
hologram.
He's a hologram. Yeah.
Is he? He's a toaster strudel.
He's a toaster strudel. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's his nickname.
Like-
Toaster
Toaster
Strudel.
strudel. Yeah,
That was
we
a
called it
nickname in high
toaster
school.
strudel
Call me the strudel.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Did you see the governor's video?
I did. I watched it
Yeah.
twice. I liked it.
Nakata. Hear me now,
Yeah.
believe me later. Let's all be
I was-
nice.
I was saying, yeah,
Come
man,
on.
tell me more stuff.
Come on. Be nice. Don't get me angry. Come on.
Things will happen when he's angry.
That's true.
I remember seeing a video with him talking to a donkey at his kitchen table.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
A real donkey?
Various animals in his house, yes. And I
I
remember
saw
the
it.
one where he was in his sauna, or in his hot tub, rather.
Yeah, and it's full
A
smoking
cigar.
cigar.
Yeah.
There's an animal in there too. I think it was just a dog, right?
I'm sheltering in place
Camel.
with the bubbles.
Yeah.
I'm farting in my tub. No one can tell.
Did he have a camel with him or something?
Yes.
This is the part of the show where Mike Nagan pulls out an autographed picture of himself and Arnold.
I do not have one.
Yeah, I could tell.
I've never met Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
But it could be the
Yeah.
part of the show where Skoke lets us know about some of the things he's got cooking in the world.
Oh yeah.
Stroke looks like he's about to drop an album or
He
something.
looks real relaxed.
He is relaxed. Yes, I'm wearing this T-shirt with several monsters on it: Frankenstein, Wolfman.
In the Beatle poses. Yeah.
Is that your usual room, Skoke, or are you in
Well,
a
that's
different
not
room?
the Beatles. That's Queen.
This is my
Queen,
usual
that's what I meant.
room, but this is actually not a room. This is my closet. I'm in my closet right now.
Oh,
This
come
is
on.
my,
We told you to come
Get
out
out
of
of the
there.
closet. Come on,
I
man.
like
It's
to go ahead.
2021.
Stay in there.
It's okay now.
Stay in there, Skoke.
I feel like you're gonna bust down into like We Are the World or something.
Different time.
I love that
Comes
song.
the time.
I love the Quincy Jones version, or the old Quincy Jones version, not the new one. The new one's terrible.
Of We Are
Is
the
there a
World?
new one? Who did the new
Yeah,
one?
they did a new
There's a
one
new one.
for Haiti a few years ago. Yeah,
Oh, really? Wow.
And,
I had no. Boy, that obviously did so well that everybody's talking about it.
Well, in
I had
that,
no
yeah.
idea.
No, never.
Wow.
it had Miley
Well,
Cyrus and
Oh,
Justin
yeah.
Bieber and
Yeah, look that up.
Wyclef was in that.
Wake
There's
up,
that,
Joe.
there's that famous line from the first one when everybody's gathered together and they're about ready to start, and they pan to Quincy, and he's like, "Check your egos at the door." He says that famous line, all of them.
Oh, really?
And they did, and they made a hit.
And everyone listened except for Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he was in a room by himself. He's like, nope.
He was like, "No, I'm afraid."
He co-wrote the song, though. There
So
comes
he gets his
Tom.
own room, his own mic.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Skoke, what do you got going on? That's
Yeah,
what.
yeah. Tell me. I'm
That's what Johnny asked. Sorry.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm glad you asked. I was recently. My voice was recently in a Hot Wheels pinball game.
Yeah.
And the game is available for sale now from American Pinball. It's going all over the world, and it might even come to a barcade near you. Who knows?
Wow.
I think we have a clip. Am I right in the booth? We have a clip.
We do, Johnny. And I'll briefly set it up for you. This is what you're going to see in this clip. Two things. First thing is a series of clips from the trailer for the Hot Wheels pinball game. And you're going to see a character in this game. His name is called Draven, and he's an evil scientist, and I do his voice. And this game is based on there's a Hot Wheels City TV show. It's kind of like stop motion animation. And this game is based on that. So that's the first thing you'll see. And then immediately following that will be a clip from Jay Leno's Garage. They did a special edition, like a Hot Wheels special presentation. And you'll see Snoop Dogg there checking out the Hot Wheels pinball game.
Oh, man.
So you got to work with Leno and Snoop Dogg? That's incredible.
Well, I was there. There's a part in there. You'll see. My character.
Don't diminish his thing. Watch the clip.
I'm
Shut
not
up and
at
watch
all.
the clip.
I really.
Diabolical destruction grips Hot Wheels City in terror. Who is responsible?
I'll tell you who's responsible. Me! Why? Because I'm evil! My little cobras will wreak havoc all over the city. You may have defeated my creatures, but you'll never defeat me!
Maybe even this one,
So dope. They got the cars in there.
right? It's pretty dope. And do you have any pinball machines?
Yes, I have one old pinball machine at my spot that I kept. I didn't get rid
Right.
of it.
Right? So again, say I saw it at Pinball, I saw it at Legends, and when you order this, built proudly made in the USA, Illinois, the home of Silver Ball. I got it locked. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Extra ball.
You locked
So
in.
earlier, just a little bit ago, we had the Hot Wheels pinball machine sweepstakes. Oh, what? So if you're paying attention about the Hot Wheels sweepstakes, your winner of the Hot Wheels pinball machine sweepstakes, courtesy of American Pinball and Hot Wheels, the winner is Ricky Kale from Grand Junction, Colorado. Shout out to Ricky. Ricky Kale just won.
Slick Rick.
That's what's up.
Congratulations, baby.
There you go.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Slick Rick.
You sound really evil in that.
Yeah,
Yes, you do.
it was good. It was really good.
I felt evil. Thank you. Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Now, forgive me on the game itself. Are there Hot Wheel cars on the bumpers, the flippers rather?
No, none of the. I think there's some in the machine somewhere,
Yeah.
but not on the flippers. No.
Okay, I thought
Um,
so.
And they're the Streamwood is where this place is at. American Pinball. They made a.
Really? That's right.
Yeah.
Well, there's honestly
Look 'em up.
vending machines and pinball and all that stuff. Chicago's had a long history making that stuff. Brunswick was here, and Midway Games were among the. And in fact, one of my uncles used to make the cabinets that would house video games.
Oh wow!
Old quarter, classic 8-bit video games and stuff. And yeah, he was there. He was there till he retired. That was his job, working over there and stuff. And speaking of Hot Wheels,
oh, there you go.
It's all friend.
Oh, you get a new one, Johnny?
Yeah, that's I was watching on Hubomax.
Hubomax, yeah.
Hubomax, Tucker, the car movie with
yeah, I know that
Jeff
movie.
Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Oh,
George
Tucker.
Lucas made
Tucker,
that.
yeah. Did they
So,
did they make a porn version of that? What was that called?
Yeah, I don't know. Gee, I don't know what they could rhyme with Tucker. You have to work on that. I'll get back to you on that one.
It was called with an F, Tucker.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Tucker.
Mother Tucker. So this is a Tucker Hot Wheels car, and it's the green that they used in the movie and everything, and
I like that.
it has a little bit of a racing kind of detail to it, which kind of bummed me out. I think I would have liked it better if it was just one color. But it inspired me to get yet another Hot Wheel car. So there you go.
Nice.
I like that.
Hey,
That's
Scoop,
Hey, Scoop. Go.
on
Congratulations.
congratulations. I was going to ask, do they give you credit on the actual game as the voices and stuff like that, or like on the pinball somewhere, or is it just like a nameless, sightless thing?
I don't know. I haven't actually played the game myself. I haven't been out to even go see it, so I'm not sure what they ended up doing with the credits. I don't know.
I just saw on their website the videos up there. It's kind of cool.
Is it? Yeah.
How much dialogue did you do for the game? Like,
I think I had something probably close to 50 different lines I had to say.
no, that's pretty
about
cool.
creatures, and I was talking about there's an orange gorilla in there, talking about him, and
That's right. You know what you're doing. That's right.
Now, how long ago did you do that? Like from to conception to from when you're hired to like now, like when they released it? How long ago was that?
it was I recorded it back at beginning of June.
Oh, okay.
So it was,
Nice.
it was early last year, and then I think the game came out maybe November. I want to say it might have been shortly after June. I don't recall, but yeah, it's out there. It's out there. They a few years ago they made a Houdini themed game, and I was in that one too. I was the sort of the narrator, the announcer tells you extra ball, light is lit, that kind of thing, and then I was the voice of Houdini himself in there.
So you can do the voiceovers for different pornos and stuff like that as well. Extra ball and stuff.
I could. I'm already fully prepared for that, and could put some money. So I mean, if anyone's out there and
I want to buy that pinball machine now. I looked them up. I want to go visit them and buy a game.
Yeah,
Only
that's
the
cool.
ones he worked on. Yeah, put it in my art studio right down here.
Brad wanted to know if we saw Smokey Robinson's cameo for Hanukkah, or as Smokey calls it, Chinooka.
Chinooka. He doesn't know what Chinooka is.
He says, "Hey,
I don't know what that is, but
It
happy
comes-
Chinooka.
it comes with hot sauce or cinnamon roll."
Chinooka.
Mm-hmm. mm-hmm.
Shot
I saw. I'm thinking of Snoop and Cameo now. I play a lot of Scrabble on my phone,
Nice.
and there was an ad that came up, and it was Snoop, and he's talking about some other mobile game. I forget what the game was, but he's going on and on about how great the game is and everything. And I noticed in the bottom corner of his video, it said Cameo. It had the Cameo watermark.
Mhm.
So I'm putting this together. Somebody paid him to make a cameo advertising their game,
Yep.
and they turned it into an ad. So I don't know if he knows.
I wonder if that's legal.
I don't-
Wow.
It doesn't
I
sound
think
like
they
it.
did. There was a comic company. When Cameo first started, there was a comic company that used them and had a whole slew of different celebrities talking about the new comic that was coming out. I think they did a Kickstarter for it. So they had all these cameos done for their Kickstarter. I think it was called Bad Idea. And I remember
Oh, I
thinking,
know
wow,
that company. Yeah.
I was
Bad
thinking,
Idea.
wow, that's
Bad
kind of
Idea.
an appropriate
Recent.
thing, right?
They're recent. They're not old. They're Bad Idea's a new thing.
We had them at
I know.
Baltimore.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Baltimore Comic Con.
Well, Cameo's only started like about a year or so old or something
Yeah, it's
like
only
that.
a couple years old. It's only a year or two old.
It's a few years old.
COVID COVID screws up everyone's calendars when they think about how old something is. But I was going to say, Bad Idea. Is it the former Valiant guys?
I have no
That
idea.
created Bad Idea.
Some of them,
right?
yeah. Some of them, a couple, not
Yeah.
all.
And well, I know Adam Freeman is over there,
Yeah, Adam is over there.
and a couple of the other guys. You know, I won't say it. I had a story about Baltimore with them. Because listen, they sent a video for our for their panel, and they had copywritten video and music in it. And we got a warning. We got a YouTube warning for it, and it's like, guys, come on, don't be stupid. But it's all right. I don't blame them. I'm sure it was an innocent mistake. And hey, man, Matt Kint's over there. I love Matt. David Laffman is over there. They got a lot of great artists and writers. It's very interesting because Bad Idea is trying to circumvent digital and really be a store only publisher. Right, Mike? Am I saying that right?
From what I understand.
Yeah.
And also, full disclosure, I could be completely wrong about the cameos and Bad Idea. It could have been another company altogether. So I just want to say that it may not have been them.
Debating if that's in that video, and that's what made me think of it, Franco, because they did have a whole big thing that they produced. They basically produced their whole hour themselves and sent it to us.
Wasn't Bad Idea from a director? The guy who did
Bad Robot.
the second movie or the Superman Returns. What's that guy's name?
Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer. Isn't his company Bad Idea?
It's Bad Hat Harry.
No, it's
it's Bad Harry.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that Singer's company?
Yeah.
Where's that from?
You're thinking of Josh Whedon, Bad Robot. Or, no.
Actually, it's J.J. Abrams.
Oh, I mean J.J.
Abrams.
Sorry, I meant J.J. Abrams. I meant
Josh Whedon's mutant enemy.
Bad Hat Harry. Where's that from?
One of his movies, right? Isn't it?
White Pants.
Wasn't it Jaws? That's a bad hat.
White Pants.
I like pants. It's bad. Worldwide Pants.
I'm actually on Cameo right now, and there is a thing called Cameo for Business.
There you go.
Bring magical moments to your business.
Well, there you go.
Have Russ from Silicon Valley endorse your brand for a digital ad.
That's kind of smart.
Get to join your virtual event.
That's hilarious. I like that guy.
Can we get that game?
And what a great show Silicon Valley was. I loved that show. Great HBO show.
It doesn't say how much it is.
It's probably a little more, I would think.
I would think so.
It's definitely priced more, it seems to be.
Have Curly G endorse your product today.
Yeah.
We should get a commercial made for the Oh Yeah podcast.
We could.
That idiot. Good Lord. Almost makes me hate the Stooges, the fact the guy's doing that.
Holy mackerel.
Maybe his name is Curly Good.
The prices are crazy.
Are they really expensive?
They're like $1,000, $1,500.
Hey, guess what? I think that's fair, man.
Yeah.
If you're doing a celebrity endorsement, come on, man.
I guess you're right.
No, I think that's very fair.
Welcome
I
to the
totally agree with Johnny, but also now let's look at the cheapest price celebrity to produce an Oh Yeah podcast commercial.
I haven't seen one less than $500 yet. Ric Flair is $500. That'd be great.
Bobo from Sasquatch is $20. You could get Bobo talking from his car.
These are the business ones. The
business ones.
The business ones are more expensive.
Ed has the answer to Bad Hat Harry. He says Jaws. Roy Scheider from Jaws tells an elderly swimmer named Harry he has an ugly swimming cap. That's some bad hat, Harry.
I told you it was from Jaws. I told you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Oh Yeah podcast. In case I didn't say that yet.
Which actually, because we're streaming, they could be just joining us already.
They could. If you're just joining us, welcome
wow.
to the Oh Yeah podcast.
There you go.
So now it actually applies.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I asked Scoot what's happening with connecting. He's having trouble. That's why he's the best of the business.
He has babies and stuff. This is prime time for sleeping.
That's true.
Put babies to bed.
Push Kendall.
Kendall.
Yeah, push Kendall. Come on, push.
Push Kendall. That's what that means.
You can get Master Broda for $12.
Master Broda.
Master Broda. He's a online streaming comedian that does everything with a Yoda puppet. Very funny guy.
Oh, okay. That's like the guy
what kind of stuff do you do?
Everything.
Scoot,
he does
the
everything.
guy that Scoot hooked me up with, that very amazing Trump impressionist, like letter perfect, ridiculous. Doesn't look like him at all. Doesn't try to, but has the voice down. And I think Scoot, for his father, bought him a cameo from that guy.
Did
It was
he?
hilarious. Very, very funny.
I never said that. I know. Oh,
Hey,
maybe
look
I
who's
said that.
joining us, everybody. Fletcher Chufon.
Yeah,
Fletch.
Hey,
How you doing?
good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing all right.
Best in the business. That's best.
Absolutely love Fletcher.
Best in the business.
Time for ghost stories. I don't know. Not yet.
Oh, almost.
Should we do it?
It's almost.
We didn't do
Almost time.
ghost stories. I spent all my energy. I did it on the Jimmy Jawa stories.
Yeah, you did.
Every time we bring up Cameo, it sends me down this rabbit hole. Jesus.
Like all the people that are there. Yeah, I know. It's
Is
hilarious.
Jesus on there? How much is Jesus?
Good Jesus, baby Jesus is good.
Jesus is cheap. He's only
Lex Christ is only
Like
$20.
$1.
Andrew Dice Clay, $299.
Oh,
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 I want to get Bobo. Bobo's talking about, hey, Art Baltazar. How you doing? I want to do that. Bobo. I had a list of people. They have all the Breaking Bad people who are not the main characters in Breaking Bad are all on there. But I want to get them. You could get Agent Gomez. He's on there from Breaking Bad. And the twins. I want to get those twins. They were $100 each, and they will threaten you for $100. I want to get a threat.
yeah.
I went
Virgil
to
is. Yeah, Virgil's $69. Always
Is he on
$69
there?
bucks.
We should get Virgil. Hey, Virgil, remember
F that
me?
guy.
Yeah. I remember
I haven't even given him time to even promote that.
we were at another show. We were staying. It was a Motor City Con, and we were staying a few miles away. But every morning we had to drive in. We drove on the same path, and every morning we would see Virgil jogging. He would be out there running, getting his exercise, and every morning we yell, "Hey, Virgil! Woohoo!"
Anyway,
Pretty cool. Yeah. No, he just kept running. He might have, but I think it's probably headphones. I don't remember. But he was running. That was him. It was kind of cool to see him.
thrilling.
Virgil.
what,
Yeah, that was a good story.
what was Artie? What was the brother-in-law's name from Breaking Bad? He's on here.
Hank.
Dean
Yeah,
Norris.
Dean Norris. Yeah. He's the only celebrity from Breaking Bad I follow on Twitter. He's funny.
$200.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's not bad.
it's not bad.
I could have him yell at me.
That's not that.
Yeah. I want everyone to yell at me on Twitter or on Cameo.
Hey, Skoke, you've been doing a lot of work lately. When's your cameo going up? How much do you charge?
I think next week. Yeah, you get to set your own price. Probably, which is why Virgil's is 69.
Virgil,
Good
is he
one.
really up there?
Good one, Virgil. Yeah, maybe next week. I should set it up.
We
I think you
should
should
hire
definitely
Virgil.
just set it up. Yeah.
I'll put in there in the bio the guy eighth from the left in Spring Break Lawyer.
Spring Break Lawyer. Yeah. Put your whole IMDb up there. Spring Break Lawyer.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pinball
Almost
machine.
Batman Begins.
Skokie Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know?
I have something.
Oh boy.
There's comments. I never knew there was reviews in
Oh,
comments.
is it really?
There's a review for
For
Are you,
Virgil?
are you, get hold of yourself, 'cause we can't understand you. What do you-
There's a review. There's reviews. You can review every person.
Okay.
So somebody reviewed Virgil. It's actually a good review, but it's
That's it. Absolutely.
I can't. It says there's a lot of cursing, so I'm
You can curse. We've been cursing.
Yeah.
I saw some a-hole give Virgil 3 stars. F that guy. Virgil's a legend. Best celebrity on Cameo. Well worth the money. Support Virgil so he can go to Olive Garden.
He's hungry. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great. Wow. Oh no, this is a whole new rabbit hole of all the reviews. Oh god, help me.
Oh yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Can you do fake celebrities on Cameo? Because you could do a whole bunch of them.
Well, like I said,
Ewan
the
McGregor.
one guy is known for doing Trump, and he does
There's plenty.
Trump.
Nobody.
There's a lot of impressionists that are on.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
go up there, Skoke. Do fake Ewan McGregor. And yeah.
I'll do McConaughey.
Yeah.
All right.
Skokie the Impressionist.
Somebody will pay for the Ewan McGregor. It'll just be me going, Kathleen. And that's it.
I paid for that.
5 stars. Thank you.
For $12, you can get Puggy Smalls, the dog.
What?
Yeah, that's another thing. I've seen dogs on there. It's like, who's gonna waste their money on animals?
They don't talk though, do they?
I want one now.
No, as far as I can tell, Artie, I'm pretty sure they don't talk.
Doug the Pug, $50.
Who's $50?
Doug the Pug is $150.
Jug the Pug?
Doug with a D, the Pug.
Doug the Pug.
I don't like that dog.
And who's
Sorry.
Doug?
Yeah. I'm never gonna watch that dog.
Never gonna watch that dog.
Boy
I'm
George,
not even gonna look him up.
Boy George, $300.
Boy George?
Yeah.
I would call Boy George. I like Boy George.
Only if he'd sing part of "Miss Me Blind."
I want him with when he paints his head and drips the paint down his face. I like Boy George. I admire that man. Georgie Boy, we used to call him.
Georgie Boy.
Georgie Boy.
Where's Doug the Pug from?
He's an internet, one of those
sensation
streaming things, Twitter, whatever. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers that are on Cameo, and it's like, really?
There's a ton
Scope.
of-
You've been on the Oh Yeah podcast. You're technically a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
the credits are adding up, and maybe it's time.
We could all technically be on that.
Meat sauce.
Wait a second.
What?
We should do an Oh Yeah cameo. And then for $20, the Oh Yeah guys will call you and say whatever you want them to say.
$20 each, right?
Yeah, wow, $4. Thanks.
Oh,
we're
man.
not doing a video. We're gonna scroll that.
Well, I'm overvaluing us. I understand.
I was gonna say, yeah, Jesus. I don't know.
$25. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is great.
I'll do it. I went on there. Hey
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Boy.
Johnny, I've been doing this podcast for free for like 10 years. What the hell, man?
I know.
You don't get paid?
Don't kill
No.
yourself.
I
My
get
friends, my non-comic friends are like, you should do Cameo, and I'm like, hey, how about no? I'm like, nobody wants me. Are you kidding me?
I think we should at this point.
And the Cameo do that cherry coke at cherry coke. Ooh, yeah.
Did I tell you guys my one of my good friends? Do you remember on One Day at a Time?
One day at a time.
There was the boy that was in the later seasons.
Oh yeah.
Vince Scarpelli.
Yeah.
My buddy for his brother.
He became Karate Kid later, that kid. Didn't he?
No. He kind of
That's
looks
not
like Ralph. He is a poor man's combination of Scott Baio and Ralph Macchio,
Yeah.
but he is not. But that said, yeah, he my buddy for his brother sent Glenn Scarpelli a cameo, and it's like, oh, my brother's a huge fan of yours. And he went on for like 5 minutes, and it was like just empty happy talk. Ooh, I see you're from Chicago. Oh, that's a wonderful city. And it's just like, not like Jamie Farr, who's like, yeah, I called Radar to see what he liked.
Well, I'm sure there's a price difference in what you're going to get.
No, it was about, honestly, it was half of, because Jamie was 100, and I think Scarpelli was like 50.
Really?
55.
That's crazy.
That's why I'm thinking for $40 we can have our own cameo page.
Yeah, okay.
Sure,
good luck
I'm
with that.
telling you.
Oh yeah, crew.
I'll be like Breaking Bad. I won't be on there. Like what's his face isn't on Breaking Bad. So if you guys want to be the rest of the Yeah crew,
Who is watching right now? Please comment that you would pay for an Oh Yeah cameo. Please comment.
Don't humor him with this
We
shit.
just lost
Who
viewers.
would pay for an Oh Yeah
Please.
cameo? Please
The
comment.
first 3 people
My
that
God.
sign up for the Oh Yeah cameo get a
Don't
DJ
make me feel
Jazzy
bad
Jeff
for
air
you
freshener.
guys. Good Lord.
I would pay Franco $50 for him to leave me.
Guys, why don't you put up that you would pay money to not see us? on camera?
Come
How about
on. Somebody
How
would
about
pay for somebody
said
would pay
Nazi.
for. Let's see a comment. I know there's somebody.
No, not that stupid.
When I looked at Ozzie Guillen's cameos, and it's always him walking to his in the airport with his mask around his neck, talking.
Oh, really?
to him. Yeah, and they're really quick. And I'm like, oh, come on, Ozzy. I want one where you're sitting and looking at the camera.
The guy's a busy man.
Yeah, but that
I was
might
gonna
be
say,
cool
do you know
too.
what he's doing in retirement, Artie? Is he doing anything, or is he
Ozzy,
just collecting checks because he probably has
Well,
got
he-
a nice retirement plan?
he's a commentator for the Sox when they go to commercials and stuff. He's not commenting on the game, but he does after the game, the post game, pre-game,
Sure.
during the game commercials. So he's cool. He's still
Is
involved.
it on English language or Spanish language station?
I don't know what he's speaking, but I understand most of it. And he said, "There's a guy. Man, what was the guy's name? Chesnick or Chester Checkers. I forgot what the guy's name. I'll say the joke later.
Wayne buys me lunch. That doesn't count.
Mm.
Wayne, there you go.
There you go.
See, Kevin is offering up Anthony to buy one. There you go.
Flashing downstairs on Cameo.
Whatever
Virgil
you want,
does.
Pepe. Whatever.
Does
you
Virgil
want.
really like show the tenants on Cameo?
Did he show the tenants?
Oh, I heard about
Little
that.
Virgil?
No,
I
really?
heard about it. One of the cameos. He showed some stuff.
The Frank and Beans?
And here's my kids. Bam! I don't want to see that. I don't like them though. I admire them, but I don't like them.
You admire him, but you don't like him.
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to sort that out. Thank you.
Yeah, and I understand what he's about, but now if he shows the tenants, I'm like, no, he lost a lot of points. But I admire him for
I don't
that.
know if he did it on purpose or just like his floppy shorts were
Oh.
just like there. Type
Oh,
thing.
was it an accident?
Moment.
See, now
Yeah.
I like him again. If it was an accident, I like. If it was on purpose, like, oh no, man, that was
Free
bad.
balling.
Oh, yes.
My favorite.
Oh, he found one.
I found one and I'm buying it for somebody. One of you guys, I'm buying
Uh-oh.
it. Poochie Jackson. Do you know who Poochie Jackson is?
No.
Poochie Jackson is the girl from the Wiener Circle.
Oh, she's the one of the
one.
Boy.
Yeah.
You know, again, I used to like going to the Wiener Circle before all the TV crap when they were just normal and not trying to be cute.
Well, they were rude just because that's naturally them.
Well, they were. It was all BS. I mean, that's the thing. And I love that place. Great food. Another great.
Is that the
great
one on
show.
Western by Challengers? That's it, right? Because I
No,
remember
it's,
they had a.
well, it's on.
It's on Clark, right?
It's on Clark. Exactly.
Oh, is
Thank
it?
you, Scott. Absolutely.
Because I
It's
know
on
there's
Clark.
one that's by Challengers and Western, and they had a Trump hot dog that was only 3 inches. It was half. The Trump, it was a Trump one. The Trump dog was half.
No, Wiener
That's
Circle is
right.
on Clark near Fullerton, like Clark and Belden around there.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
Maybe a little north
okay.
of that. Maybe a little north of that. But
Maybe
yeah,
the
around
one I'm
that
thinking
area.
is called Red Hots. Maybe it's called Red Hots.
I know because when Tower Records was still a thing.
Oh, downtown.
Yeah, it was on the way. It was north of the Tower Records, and I would
Oh,
stop
Records
there.
is cool.
Oh my god! And Mike Greenberg and I were big Wiener Circle people. ESPN's Mike
Wiener.
Greenberg. We used to go there all the time.
In
The Wiener
Sonata.
Square. I like that.
And again, they wouldn't. They just took our order.
Right. And
So I'm sorry. I really that annoyed me. And like years ago, we
Billy
had
Goats.
yeah. Well, no, actually, Billy Goats I got no problem with because Billy Goats was just natural. And they really, I mean, and the Greeks really were. I can say this as a Greek. They really did talk that way, so it's
Yeah.
fine. That's
They
okay.
skip over you if you're too slow. Too slow. Next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They would. They would order you around. Come on, move it up. Come on, we got the yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Little
okay.
Louis was cool. They were a little bit rude, but that was them because it was so busy.
Yeah.
But then when they give you your food, they push it at you and go, enjoy. I thought that was cool. That's what you go there for. I want them to say enjoy.
So what happened with the Wiener Circle? They didn't insult you and you got annoyed, Johnny, or what?
No, when they became famous for talking shit to their customers, it like now it's like I said, it's
a
now it's
thing
like
now.
it's like a tourist thing, and
It
it's
was
like
on Conan O'Brien that time.
it's like
It's
just
still,
be
a good hot,
normal.
it's still a good hot dog, Johnny.
It's an amazing hot dog. It's great
Ooh,
food.
I
It's
want
wonderful
to go
food.
there now.
But it's like I don't need your BS. All right,
I've
you
never
know.
been there.
Hey, look who's it's Skoke's brother.
Hey.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
For Ernie. Terrific Ernie cameo.
Oh, where's the water? That's a good question.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Scope
correct.
Fine question.
Yeah, he took a swig.
Yeah,
there it is.
There it
Swig
is.
for the working man.
Doing it right now.
Let's do it together.
I'm still in Cameo, by the way. Now I'm down the rabbit hole.
You used to have
I
some
don't know who
awesome
you said.
Tower.
Oh, I guess
Oh,
Tower used to have
very-
awesome comic book variants. I didn't know
Tower
that.
Records was cool, man.
Tower
I used to go
Records.
there. I got some Red Hot Chili Pepper CDs there. The first one, like the
Sure.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic, I bought there,
Sure.
and the some Smashing Pumpkin stuff, and all that late '90s or mid '90s stuff. I got a lot of stuff there.
Oh yeah,
I was going to
No,
school at that time.
it was a great music store. It was a great video store.
Yeah.
It was a great magazine store where they had an amazing magazine stands that had imports from all over the
The
world.
window, they had the painting with all of the pop icons. I know Darth Vader was in the painting. Marilyn Monroe, they had all those guys in there. The Beatles were in there.
Beatles.
I like John.
Which Beatle are you?
By the way, there's another thing we haven't talked about. I'm looking forward to Peter Jackson's Beatles documentary.
Oh, that's right. I saw the trailer.
Say, did you see that 6 minutes that he released? It was pretty cool.
It was cool, man, because it was all kinds of footage that you never knew existed. And it's just them rehearsing.
And it's them happy, which is really nice.
Yeah.
How do you? I mean, the Beatles are just so iconic, and everybody knows who they are. How do you find new footage of the Beatles?
They were the most photographed people of all time. Those four guys and Muhammad Ali were the most photographed people.
You got to figure at this point, the Peter Jackson thing has got to be the last time we'll see any new footage from them. But yet, every once in a while, they come out with a new song or new footage that we've never seen before. How does that happen?
Well, the stuff that's in the trailer that's on Disney Plus. I think is it Hulu or is it Disney? It is
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
A lot of that footage looks like it's from the Let It Be sessions because I saw that movie when it was still available, and it hasn't been available for years, like literally like 30 years or so.
Mhm.
And I keep hoping that the Beatles will re-release the Let It Be documentary because it's amazing, and it's sad because they are fighting a lot in the documentary. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jackson has and what he uses. But like I said, because there's rooftop stuff in that sample that he had, and there's definitely studio stuff that clearly is from the Let It Be sessions.
Yeah, they look cool, man. And I put it on, and it's so amazing now. My kids are discovering music, and my daughter's learning all these songs on a piano. She just played Vienna from Billy Joel.
Sure, great song.
I come down the stair and I hear it, like, wait, I know that song. And then she's playing Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen.
Fun.
She's playing Yesterday, and she's playing Let It Be and Something from the Beatles.
Nice.
And I'm like, how do you know these? Like, and then we watched when one night during the Christmas vacation, I just sat in a big chair and just went on YouTube and watched all these videos of Beatles videos. And I'm amazed that the kids, her especially, my daughter, was saying, wait, that's the Beatles? Wait, that's them too? And I'm like, yeah, they sang a lot of songs that she's learning on piano that she didn't know were the Beatles. And it's pretty cool to see the kids discover that. Like, and a lot of her friends come over and they bought her Beatles stuff. And so she's into the Beatles. And it's kind of like the only thing I could say is like, it makes you get that feeling like, that's my girl. Oh, I love her more. You know, that's my girl. She got a Beatles shirt, Sgt. Pepper shirts and stuff like that. And Help. She got a big shirt that says Help on there. So she's digging it. It's cool, man, when they discover that stuff. And it gets to that age. She just turned 15. So she's at that age now where she's learning. You get to get your own music when you finally get it of the age where like, now I know what kind of music I like.
Yep.
So they're into it, man. It's cool.
No, high school is very important for, I think, your cultural awareness. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Artie, I thought of you the other night because my wife and I wanted to watch a movie, and she goes, "Well, I want to watch like a romantic comedy type thing." So I was flipping around, and I came across a movie called At Middleton, which we wound up watching, which was kind of cute and fun. But it starred Andy Garcia, and Verma Farmiga.
Verma, oh, I love her. Yeah.
So she was very cute in this movie. The whole movie.
I know what movie you're speaking of now. I never seen that one though. Yeah,
where they meet at a college, like open house college. Their kids are going to the open house college, and they meet and so yeah. When I saw Verma, I'm like, oh wow, let's watch this one, Verma.
Yeah, Verma.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, and certainly now, I mean, Redbox has always been like this, but you see even on streamers as well. How many dozens of movies that have big actors?
Yeah,
and they, I mean, obviously we've spent a year in COVID, but pre-COVID, you never saw these in the theater. They'd go right to Redbox or streaming or whatever.
You know what movie I really like? One of my favorite movies is the romantic movies, romantic love stories, but from a guy's point of view. That's what I really like, those type of movies. But I like the movie 500 Days of Summer.
Sure.
And man, I love it. And the thing about it, watching it
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, especially to see when he sees his reflection as Han Solo, and it's a little music montage in the middle of the movie. But what the weird part about it is, my wife doesn't understand. Why do you like movies about guys who get their heart broken? I said, cause they're just good, because they always end up like the movie Swingers is good. And the movies, the Tao of Steve.
Yeah, the Tao of Steve.
I like stuff like that, like romantic comedy, but from a guy's point of view. And the guy he gets hurt, and like he's got to overcome that. I love that stuff.
Oh, yeah, High Fidelity, Jack Cusack.
Yeah, High Fidelity is great too.
Sure,
I just love those kind of movies.
You know, a great old
one,
all the time. And it's such a weird, like atypical Burt Reynolds film. But it's called Starting Over, and it was from the late 70s.
Yeah.
And it's made by James Brooks, the guy that made, As Good as It Gets and
Broadcast
News, Terms of Endearment, all these movies. And it's from the late 70s. It's Candice Bergen and Jill Clayburgh are the two women. And he divorces Candice Bergen and starts up a relationship with Jill Clayburgh. But it's really about him getting over his divorce. Charles Durning plays his older brother, and it's so great because it's so low key and more Longest Yard Burt Reynolds rather than Cannonball Run Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
And it's great that way, and it's really cool. He doesn't wear his toupee. You see that he's balding and stuff, and it's just this very sweet movie, and it's very Mary Tyler Moore era sitcom-y, like Bob Newhart and Mary Tyler Moore. And I always say, like, if Burt Reynolds were ever to make like an MTM 70s TV show, this would be the template. And it's so great, and it's really, really funny. Really, really funny.
I like it.
Starting Over.
I'm never gonna watch that.
Exactly.
I might watch it. You never know. Yeah, that's
really, really
good stuff. I love sitting there watching those movies.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Any Hooters.
I forgot what I was gonna say. It lost me.
I think we're going to say.
Are we done? We could be done.
We had a good time tonight.
We had a good run.
We have a good time.
Because unfortunately,
wasn't able to join us. I'm bummed about that. But
unfortunately, work
we
back
covered some good ground.
Yeah.
Oh, you got school. Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids start.
Absolutely.
The bus picks them up at 7:08 in the morning.
I initially titled this MLK, and then I'm like, we're really probably not going to talk about Dr. King, and that's disrespectful. So I changed the name of it. So if anyone was concerned or whatever, I just want to point out that's why we changed the title. And sorry if anybody was offended.
Right.
I don't think it would be because we didn't do it.
We don't say anything that offends anybody on this show ever.
No, never.
Yeah.
We like MLK.
No.
Yeah.
Watch the Boondocks MLK episode. It is awesome if you've never seen it, and it is a what if Dr. King had lived, and it's it's so great, and it's so funny, and that like the gunshot, instead of killing him, put him in a coma, and he wakes up in modern times and sees what the world has been like since he was in the coma.
Like Captain America.
Oh my God, it is so. That show is brilliant. Regina King, of course, and our buddy Andrea Romano.
Is it a live action or is it the cartoon?
Oh, it's the cartoon, The Boondocks.
Yeah,
that's what
it was.
Didn't Regina King just direct a movie with about Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and
One Night in Miami, or I think that's what it's called.
Oh I want to see that.
It's on Amazon Prime, so if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it.
I thought it was coming in movie theaters.
And it's it's going to probably be one of those award season movies.
Yeah,
there's a Denzel Washington movie that's going to be released in theaters and Habomax at the same time, like I think this month or something like that.
Betty White's 99.
Wow,
oh yeah, she just turned 99. Yeah,
99.
Yeah,
99.
She's going to outlive us all, hopefully.
They pushed back the SAG Awards to mid-March, so I wonder. I was wondering because usually it's around this time of year that I start getting the screeners, and I haven't got any screeners yet. But I did notice that they moved the awards a month later because of COVID. So I hopefully we'll get some screeners soon.
Johnny, do they actually send you discs or do they just send you links now?
For years, they've sent me discs. I keep expecting that to finally end and them just to send links.
Well,
who knows?
I was listening to Howard Stern recently, where they send him screeners for stuff, and he was saying that it's this thing he has to log into with a code and stuff like that. So,
do you get to vote on it too, Johnny?
Yeah, I get to vote on the SAG Awards.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm a union member.
Do you get to vote on the Oscars and stuff like that too?
No, not the Oscars, but I mean the SAG Awards are one of those shows that lead up to the Oscars, and it's like an Oscar indicator.
Because I was going to say, if you voted on the Oscars, that's probably why none of the good movies ever win.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then, so I do keep expecting us not to get hard discs anymore. But yeah, a lot of them do have codes.
You don't get a hard what?
Easy. I'm sorry, Captain Cheap Laughs. Not going to bite the bait there.
You don't bite the what?
Yeah, thank you. He's killing himself. God bless him. So I keep expecting. Although I do know that like Directors Guild and Writers Guild people have been getting discs already, hard discs. If that makes you happy, Mike.
Look how we look. We look good.
I like it. Like it a lot.
Johnny's light's blinding me though.
We're all in HD.
I love it though.
They're going to send you Wonder Woman and Trolls World Tour. Those are the only movies that came out this year.
Really?
Exactly.
Trolls too?
Yeah.
I got to see the first one.
I was kind of wondering if, and again, we haven't heard nominees yet, but I wondered how much it's going to be interesting to see what the nominees are given the lack of theater.
Trolls World Tour is nominated in like 5 different categories for the same movie.
Exactly. Bill and Ted 3.
Oh, that's right. I got to see that one still.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I want to. I heard it's pretty good.
So
3.
We'll see.
And Gal Gadot.
There you go. Mario says, Skoke, $10 if you read excerpts from the Ass Pace book. Very good.
Skoke, I'm still on Cameo because again,
why you could just buy the whole book. Hear him the whole book on whatever Audible or whatever.
Kindle Unlimited, exactly.
Yeah.
Skoke, there is a Spider-Man on here, which I don't know how they get away with, but it's just a guy. For $35, you can have Spider-Man send you a message.
Oh, is he in cosplay? Yeah, that is weird. I wonder that
Marvel definitely doesn't know that.
Yeah, I was going to say there's got to be a licensing agreement or something. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Maybe it is Marvel. Never know.
I don't know.
I want to paint myself green and go as the Hulk.
I am the Hulk. That's what you'll sing that in the Cameo?
I am the Hulk. Yeah. That's all I say. Pay me to get the video for you.
I keep waiting for the Hulk to be on Cozy, that streaming channel that Universal has. I mean, they've got every other, Adam 12 is on there, Emergency's on there.
USA Network has an app. All those shows are in there.
Oh, really? Well, that makes sense because that's Universal as well.
Yeah, but they have commercials, but you can.
That's okay.
But it's just like how they really were in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
I watched Buck Rogers on there with Wilma and Twiggy and stuff.
Bitty.
Mm-hmm.
I watch it on MeTV on Saturday nights. They have Buck.
Those were the only 2 impressions I was ever able to do as a kid. One was Twinkie, beady. I could do that, and the other one was the horn from Love Boat. Whenever I blew my nose, be like, yeah. Those are the only 2 I can do.
Nice. I could do Kermit,
which is like pants. I am pants.
Hey Piggy, and I could do Ernie. Hey Bert.
Same voice, exactly.
Yeah.
Can you do the laugh?
Hey, Bert. Yeah, and Kermit. Hey, Piggy. That's about it. Yeah.
I liked Disney Plus's Muppet Show that they were doing during COVID.
Oh, I never saw it.
I've only seen the first episode.
It was funny. It was cute.
I heard people did not like it.
They, whatever.
I could also do
nothing can ever be the original show. You got to put that out of your mind. I like a lot of the new. I love the ABC show that they did a couple of years ago. I thought it was funny.
Oh yeah, they had a new Muppet on there. I forgot who it was now, but I know there was a new one. I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't know.
Just broke down and bought the box set. One thing I'm having a hard time finding must be the Hulk one. The Death of the Incredible Hulk movie on DVD for a decent price.
Oh, yeah, you
so
gotta buy it when you see it.
So sad. I almost cry when I watch that.
He hit the ground. That's how he died. Spoiler.
Yep. He says he's free, and then
He didn't even cure the guy. You know, they pushed him out of a helicopter. Oh, sorry, you're dead.
that's right.
Every other episode, he would have managed to hang on or something, but not this one.
Nope.
He should have pulled out one of his nose hairs or something, and he would.
Something should have happened, but no. Watching it, and I remember all of us saying, me, my brother, my dad, all at the same time, "That's it? That's what happens?" And that was it. We waited all that time.
And they play the sad hitchhiking music at the end.
Ting, 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 ting. I am the Hulk.
David, I'm sorry.
Yeah. They should have led into She-Hulk or something should have happened. There's a lot of behind the scenes saying that they were trying to do a
I'm
She-Hulk.
psyched. I'm psyched for She-Hulk with what's her face from whatchamacallit.
Oh, I know that.
What's her
Canadian
face from whatchamacallit?
Yeah, the Canadian.
Black
you're
Mirror,
back from
not
the
Black
business.
Mirror.
No, what the hell's it called? I love
Wasn't
that
the
show.
girl from the wrestling show on there?
Tatiana, whatever. Tatiana
Yeah.
Maisley from something Orphan Black. Orphan
Amanda-
Black.
Or Black.
Really?
Orphan Black.
She going to be the She-Hulk?
It's gonna be She-Hulk, yeah.
Jennifer
It's gonna be cool.
Walters?
She's great. Great actor.
I don't know who she is.
Orphan Black was all about a woman that discovers she's a clone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And the actor plays various
all the different clones. She's
Yeah.
amazing in that.
And seriously, like ridiculously good. All the characters were so different.
Different accents, different looks, different.
I mean, she wear wigs or whatever.
Should
and
I
tie
watch
her
that?
hair. Huh?
Should I watch that?
It's good.
Really,
It's really
first
good.
couple seasons in particular are amazing.
Mm.
Absolutely amazing. So
Are
yeah,
there different colored orphans? Like, is there an orphan red or orphan blue?
no,
Like, I'm thinking like Power Rings.
no, it's like she finds out there's like a whole conspiracy of all these clones and stuff. But it's very good. It's very good.
Very
You'll know if you see the pilot, you'll know if you want to watch it or not.
It's good.
Oh,
It's good. stuff.
pilot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. Maybe. I don't know.
BBC show.
Give it a try. You give it a try.
I'll
BBC
try.
America.
Give it a shot.
Give it a
But-
shot. I've been watching Shark Tank every day.
Give it a
Really
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I like Lori Grandier. Yeah, I've been watching Shark Tank. Now my kids are watching it. I hear the music when I'm still in bed. I hear the music playing. I'll give you $250,000 for 20%. That seems to be the sweet spot. That's what I'm going or asking.
Maybe we can have them invest in the podcast.
They could. It's always 30% is when people get nervous. 30%? That's a third of the company. Oh my God. Just give it to them, man. What are you
I
gonna
did
do?
watch Mr. Robot, and I'm excited to see the creator's Battlestar Galactica that he's working on.
I don't know if I'm excited by that because it's too soon.
Did you say there's
I hear
a new Battlestar Galactica coming out? A third one?
Another one? Really?
Hmm.
Is it in continuity or brand new?
No, it's gonna be its own thing. And the guy even said he contacted Ronald Moore, the guy who co-created the second version that's so amazing.
Which I
And
love.
it's
Yeah.
like- and he kind of gave him his blessing, like, no, go ahead and do it. It's cool.
Are they gonna have?
So,
Artie, if you have you ever seen the Battlestar Galactica, the second one?
I
the good
made
one?
it up to
With
the
Hogan.
one where they had to time jump every 30 minutes.
that's
And
the
it's
first.
to a point.
That's a
Yeah.
good episode.
So that was probably like episode 3, maybe.
You should
That's the
watch it.
first thing
It's,
I-
it's really
Episode
good.
of the,
It's really one of the
after
best,
the miniseries.
best science fiction shows of all time.
I liked
100%.
it, but then I was watching it on the Netflix, and then it got booted off. It wasn't on there when I went
It's on
to
Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
Peacock. I'm gonna
Peacock.
watch the Peacock.
And that's where they're doing the new Galactica as well as Peacock.
That's Chicago style, right? Peacock. That's how you
Peacock.
say it. Yeah, watch the Peacocks. You got to put the and the S at the end. The Peacocks.
over by there.
Over by there. I go to the Walmarts.
It's
I go to
true.
the Targets.
The Jewel
I'm gonna watch the Peacocks
over by there.
over by there while I eat my hot dog. I eat my combo beef sandwich.
Exactly.
When I go to the bathroom, I watch my. Oh, never mind.
Oh no.
Oh, he's going for the cheap laugh. On
We
that
got a
note,
pet-
ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, he has a pet rooster, sir. I knew what he was gonna say.
thanks for showing up tonight. We'll be here again sometime in the future,
I'm gonna
possibly.
stay
maybe.
right here.
Call us when you see us.
Yeah.
Thank you, as
Oh.
always.
And
Do all
yeah.
the things. Like and
Any-
subscribe.
Any last comments, Johnny?
No.
Good. All right,
Johnny
we're
got
done.
nothing.
Love
We
love
got
you
nothing.
guys.
Wait,
I like Pink very
All right.
much.
be nice to each other. I like Pink very much.
I like
Later.
it very much, Lois.
I like you very much, Lois.
Say it, Artie. Say it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Someday!